the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix for this afternoon's matchup in the IFL, and it's a big one. It's a battle for supremacy in the Western Conference, everybody. And right now coming in, the team that visits Phoenix, the Bay Area Panthers, with a 7-3 record, are in first place by one game in the Western Conference. These Arizona Rattlers getting set to take on the Panthers. The Rattlers one game behind with a 6-4 record, which, by the way, is also what the Tucson Sugar Skulls are sitting at after last night's thrilling last-second victory. They staved off their opponent, the Duke City Gladiators, to get that win, move to 6-4. And we've got a logjam at the top of the Western Conference. What a great season it's been, everybody. Welcome into downtown Phoenix, the Snake Pit. I'm Floyd Simmons, along with my broadcast partner, the three-time Super Bowl champion, Dale Hellestrade. Dale, this Arizona Rattlers team has finally looked like they're starting to turn things around. A 3-game winning streak for the first time this season, and it's already week number 13, but they're playing some great football right now.
They are, and again, I love the way this season's going. I've told you before, Floyd, I've been around here a long time. They haven't faced adversity early in the season very often. This year they have. Now they're getting guys healthy, they're playing better, and they're ready for this matchup today.
Well, Dale, this is a team that has a number of new faces, and we've talked about many of those. I would begin by asking you about the guy, I don't know, is he the anchor in the middle of that defense? Cecil Cherry. At linebacker, Cecil has made some pretty big impact with this team already in just a few weeks of being active. So much so that if you look back the last time we hosted a game here in Phoenix, last time we broadcast a game, Cecil was the league's Defensive Player of the Week. That was on the strength of 4 tackles. 2 of them were sacks, of course, one in a very critical moment at the end of the game to help seal the victory. 4 tackles to his credit on the stat line. His teammate that night, Devontae Merriweather, I think had 14 tackles. And yet, Cecil Cherry made such an impact in the game that they named him the league's player of the game.
It's amazing when a guy comes in with the physicality and the mindset of a Cecil Cherry. The guy flies all over the football field. And guess what? That's infectious. Me, myself, I'm wondering who's been more important as a newcomer. Whole lot of love at nose tackle or Cecil Cherry, because I think they're both very, very important to this 3-game winning streak.
And that man in the middle of that defense, Harold Love, as you said, yeah, a whole lot of love. How about 340 pounds of love, a guy that has really helped to, bolster that defense in a big way. So right through the middle, if you count Cherry at linebacker, if you count Love at the nose tackle position, and then those safeties behind them, do you get a better combination in your defensive backfield than Devontae Merriweather, who has been a league's Defensive Player of the Year in the past, and his teammate, Dylan Winfrey, who has also been a Defensive Player of the Year in this league? What a great lineup this Rattlers team is putting together.
Kevin Guy has always talked about building his teams through the middle. That starts at quarterback on offense and goes through the defensive middle. He's got them where they want them right now.
And you see the flag there? It's time for the national anthem as we get ready to kick this one off tonight in downtown Phoenix, everybody.
Rattlers welcome Kimberly Gunn to perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wrecked the lead, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's hear it one more time.
And if that doesn't bring a chill to you, boy, I tell you, what a great job. Kimberly Gunn, her name. And with the national anthem completed and that crowd right there, that great crowd here at the Snake Pit tonight in downtown Phoenix, we're about set to bring you this big matchup on a Sunday afternoon. The Arizona Rattlers welcoming in the Bay Area Panthers, everybody. A few moments ago, before all of those festivities, I had a chance to talk with the head coach, Kevin Guy, of this Rattlers team and where they're at right now as we get rolling for a big one tonight. Let's check in on that conversation with the Arizona Rattlers head coach. Coach Guy, 3 wins in a row, the best stretch of football this team has played all season long. What have the Rattlers done to get the ship going in the right direction?
Well, one, we got healthy. We added some pieces, to our defense, and it's kind of been a combination of both. But it was that time of the year where we needed to get going if we were going to get in the hunt.
So some new names out there, okay? Mr. Lowry on the front line has been doing some stuff. Whole lot of love at the nose guard position. And of course, Cecil Cherry at a linebacker spot. How are these guys, the new guys, fitting into the locker room?
Great. I think their personalities has been a great fit. It's not only been about what they've done on the field, but they've been a great fit in the locker room. So, we got a lot of characters on this team. We like to have fun. But when it's time to go to work, we punch the clock.
So you get into the backstretch of the season, a golden opportunity right now for the Rattlers, playing for first place, or at least a tie for first place in the Western Conference. Is this team where you want them to be yet?
Well, we still got some work to do, but this is going to be a big statement today. So we need to come out, close them out.
And how physical do you expect the Rattlers to be coming out tonight in front of the home crowd, in front of Rattler Nation?
Well, we better be very physical, or we got the wrong guys, and I don't think that's the case.
All right, Coach, good luck.
You bet.
How about that, huh? Got to be physical, got to be ready to play, and that's what Coach Guy expects out of his Arizona Rattlers. Dale Hellestray.
From the first time I met Kevin Guy, that's what he's talked about, physicality. And yes, there's a lot of points scored in the indoor football league, but it comes down to, can you make stops, especially at the most opportune times, and he feels his team is headed in that direction.
Check in with the game official on the coin toss. Well, we did miss the audio there, but that's all right. We have an indicator of what's going to happen. The Arizona Rattlers were given the option.
It looks like, let's see if the microphone works.
Yeah, it's not exactly working.
He's trying.
Yeah.
Bay Area won the toss. They deferred, so the Rattlers will get the ball to start the game. Bay Area to start the second half.
And get a chance to see a quarterback who is the reigning league's most valuable player. Missed so much of the season. Drew Powell did this year with injury. So I'm not sure that when you tabulate all the numbers that Drew is going to be as much a factor in the end of the season selection for MVP, something that I know that the Rattlers upper management doesn't spend a lot of time focusing on. They're not out there lobbying for their guy. But Dale, the numbers that Drew Powell has put together recently, he is getting the job done. Let's just put it that way. He accounted for 8 touchdowns last week. Here's a guy who is getting his team in the end zone. They have scored 60-plus touchdowns in 3 straight wins.
All-time touchdown rushing leader in the franchise history of the Arizona Rattlers, replacing Bo Kelly, who I covered way back in the early 2000s. One heck of a football player. But not only that, he can beat you with his legs. He can beat you with his arm, and that's what makes him so difficult to defend.
And I'll correct myself. It is 60-plus points in 3 consecutive victories coming into this one for the Rattlers. Prior to that win 2 games back 2 weeks ago, prior to that, the Arizona Rattlers had not, in the first, it was 11 weeks of the regular season in the IFL. They hadn't played 11 games at that point, but in fact, this is their 11th game on the schedule this year so far for the Rattlers. But up to that point, they had not put together back-to-back wins yet, and now 3 in a row. So you know that things are going better. One of those issues, one of those keys, Dale, is that the health of this team has improved so much. Now, tonight, J.J. Coleman at the left guard is not going to play. Brandon Smith will start in his spot for the Rattlers, but by and large, this is a team that's gotten a lot more healthy than they were in weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on.
And at the important positions, and obviously you can say every position is important, But if you lose your MVP quarterback, that's a bigger blow than losing an offensive lineman. And, again, you've got another guy stepping in, Brandon Smith, who will play a good football game this afternoon.
And here's a kick fielded midway into the end zone by Isaiah Houston for the Rattlers, and he is taken down at the 10-yard line where Drew Powell will bring out the offense, and the Arizona Rattlers will get this one underway. Welcome in, everybody, to downtown Phoenix. This is the home of the Arizona Rattlers. We call it the Snake Pit. You can as well. It's the Footprint Center by its official name, and the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Mercury also call this place home as well. So a lot of activity, and today here's the soup du jour for you. Great IFL football.
You got J.J. Coleman on the sidelines. The other change that precipitates now is you've got Lamar Mady moving to left guard, and you've got Brandon Smith stepping in at right guard.
So they've made that little change as we get Jagger Gardner into the mix and an 8-yard gain to start this one out. Let's take a look at the starters on offense for this Arizona Rattlers team. As we mentioned, the quarterback is the MVP. How about Drew Powell getting things going again as he is back in? There's Braxton Haley with his familiar number 13, starting at a wide receiver spot here today. And the right guard is Brandon Smith, as you said and corrected, Dale. The left guard is Lamar Mady on that front line for the Rattlers. And a minute into this one, let's get back to the action on 2nd down and 3. Gardner, the give left side, uses that stiff arm to give himself a little bit of room across the 20-yard line. How about a gain of 5 on that play? So back-to-back carries by Jagger Gardner, and he gets the first down for the Rattlers.
And I don't want to make too big a deal about it, Floyd, but moving from right guard to left guard, you're putting your right hand down versus your left hand. A lot of people think that doesn't precipitate much. Well, it does. It's a whole, you step different. Everything is different. Be interesting to keep an eye on Lamar Mady. He's a really good offensive lineman. I think he'll adjust just fine. But remember, he's only had a couple practices at left guard.
And Mady can play every position across that front line. You give him enough time for sure. Here's a quick toss, quick catch, and Jamal Miles gets folded up about 9 yards into that gain. That'll be just shy. 2nd down and a little bit coming up. Boy, he took a little bit of a schwack. And we found out how flexible Jamal still is at the end of this one.
Well, that was Nathan Talakai, 6'3", 255-pound defensive lineman that bent him over, and Miles just jumps up. I was thinking, Jamal Miles, I don't know if he's been around since the start of the franchise, but he's been around a long time.
Here comes Drew Powell throwing to the end zone, pardon me on that, everybody, and over the boards goes Isaiah Houston, unable to get up there and go after that delivery from Drew Powell. It'll be 3rd down and a yard coming up in just a bit, everybody. The Rattlers operating at the Panthers' 19-yard line.
Again, nice drive. You saw Kevin Guy come out, run the football the first couple plays. Again, trying to establish a mode and a feeling of physicality up front. Let my offensive line come off and let my running back, Gardner, get his feet underneath him and see where it goes from there.
And that running back, Gardner, is going to be the solo receiver on the right. They will fake it to Jamal Miles. There's a first down, and there's more. Across the 10, spins into, well, across the 5-yard line. I saw a flag come out behind the play, and indeed there is one. And here comes the offense walking backwards. Kevin Guy walking away from that one in disgust as well. So somebody up front with a little mistake. Yeah, and we apologize. We cannot, we don't have audio. They don't have it in the arena. It's where we get our audio from the same feed. There's no referee audio at the moment. I guarantee you that the crew is working on that here, so we should have that at some point for you. But under now, 12 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. There's Drew Powell, and a great shot from behind. The Nova Home Loans instant replay as Drew kept it going. Unfortunately, it does come back. It'll be 3rd down and 11. The Rattlers will operate from their own 21 on this play.
And not all penalties are created equal, Floyd. I mean, that was 3rd and 1. Now you got 3rd and 11. You had it down to the 1-yard line. Let's see if they can pick up that first down.
Miles in motion from the right. All 4 receivers on that side of the formation at the snap, but this one will work against Arizona.
Lamar Mady pleading his case, thinking there was defensive line movement.
False start on the offense. 5 more yards. It'll be 3rd down and 16 after they step it off. The Bay Area Panthers bring in the Western Conference top record, 7-3 coming into the game. And that included a high-scoring, thrilling victory for the Panthers at home against the Rattlers about a month ago. A 55-54 win in that one for Bay Area, and the Rattlers intent on returning the favor today at home.
Well, what's interesting, this 3-game winning streak, they've blown a team or two out. They've won a 1-point game, so they've won all different ways. And I think, again, those grind it out, find a way to win at the end of the game are every bit as good for you as a football team as going ahead and blowing somebody out.
So after they step it off and rewind the clock, 11:25 on the clock first quarter, Drew Powell will throw from an empty backfield. Lots of time to throw. Good protection up front. He delivers to Braxton Haley just across midfield. And a strike delivered, 11 yards on the pickup. That'll be at the Panther 23-yard line, everybody.
Well,
but it will bring up a fourth down.
It will, and that's just, it's interesting. Kevin Guy, no hesitation going for it on fourth down. I think he knows touchdowns are imperative here, especially early in the football game. You don't want to miss a field goal, get the ball back to Bay Area. So I'm sure he's got a favorite 4th and 5 play called right now because imperative that you get off to a fast start.
I mean, don't you just want to have a look at that chart and see what he has determined as the go-to this game in this situation? 4th and 5, here's the throw. That is going to be defended pretty well. The ball hung up a little bit on its way to Jamal Miles, and that gave a perfect opportunity for the defender to get there. That's Boniface Stevens Jr. who was there and was able to step across with the hand and defend the ball well.
You're right, Floyd. Stevens had plenty of time to break on that ball. Usually you can see, got to remember now, linebacker right in Drew Powell's face, wasn't necessarily able to step into the throw, which probably made it hang up in the air a little bit longer than he wanted it to.
And so they'll change possessions. A great early game stop for the Panther defense. We sit at no score yet here, and the first time that Bay Area will have the offense. False start on the somebody on the offensive line might have moved out of their set position. See if the official has a microphone yet. Whoa. You see that response from Dixie Wooten. He is the offensive coordinator for Bay Area. He is the former head coach, last year's head coach of the Tucson Sugar Skulls, and Dixie knows a little something about winning, about victory, and he's going to draw a flag early. Very upset. I don't know, Dale, what got his hackles up on that?
Well, it was interesting because the penalty was called before the ball was snapped. You saw 3 guys moving, and then the penalty was called, and boy, for the first play from scrimmage and to lose your mind like that, I know you're trying to get a message across, because I think that was a new formation for them. I'm sure he checked the rule book as the penalty's being assessed right now. Check the rule book to make sure that it was legal, and he's trying to get that across, but obviously very demonstrative.
They march it back. Well, look at this, Dale. After the 15-yard penalty, it turns into first down and 25. So 1st and 25. Panthers go to work. And their first offensive play from scrimmage will be a deep throw, and that is caught and into the end zone, and the Panthers strike immediately. And Dixie Wooten with a response in jubilation as equal to the disgust response a while ago as his team gets into the end zone.
There's a red flag. There's a red flag out in the middle of the field. I'm not sure if Kevin wants something reviewed, and I don't know what he wants reviewed. But that was out early, even before the pass was complete. Dalton Sneed, the quarterback, local product here, wants something.
No, they're going to review this one. That was Dalton Sneed, the quarterback, as you mentioned, Dale, connecting with Niger Jackson, and Nye is able to hang on to it. The defense just not able to close the ground in time, and the points for the moment are on the board. 6-0. Looking up front to see if there's something. There is that low chip block on.
Well, the first, what's
that
still
red,
on the field? Is that a shoe?
I don't know what the red thing is that's out there. Right behind Drake, there's something red on the ground.
Yeah, and I thought that was a challenge flag.
What is that, Drake? That's our cameraman down there, the Drake. What do we got? What are we looking at?
A pad.
Somebody's pad.
I saw it come out during the play, and I'm like, how can you challenge something while the play's going on?
Well, the officials, I don't know what they're talking with Dixie Wooten right now, the offensive coordinator for Bay Area.
Got to remember, there's certain things that you can challenge, and there's certain things that you can't challenge.
And without direct line of communication with our game official, it's going to be a little difficult for us to understand what is being challenged. Well, Dixie he's not happy. If you got the other guy on the other side, if you got Coach Guy in there, he would probably also be unhappy. Well, the referee is talking to somebody, just not us.
So they're going there to check the replay. See here, I mean, could it be a possible cut block from the running back?
You're not going to see it on that angle.
Previous play is currently under official video review.
We'll see if the 6-point stands. They're going through the review on the play.
Well, usually in the Indoor Football League, things move so quick. And this game's off to kind of a herky-jerky start with the penalties and the challenges. And there's still almost 10 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Thank you to Nova Home Loans, our presenting replay sponsors with Arizona Rattlers football. Thank you, Nova Home Loans. Our score here, well, we don't know what the score is just yet. Trying to figure that out right now. So the challenge by the Rattlers. Saw that shot a moment ago.
Well, now they're talking, so they've seen whatever they wanted to see. Could it be a chop block by the running back? That's where I thought I saw the red flag come out, but that was a pad. Great throw, nice catch.
Well, the Panthers are going to be thrilled to get points out of this if it does stand, obviously. And we're going to continue to check it out. Rob Keefe is the head coach and runs the defense for the Panthers. You saw him a moment ago in that little two-shot with his offensive coordinator, Dixie Wooten.
Awful lot of conversation. And
now they'll come over and talk to Kevin Guy. And you see Coach Guy. This is where you need that bad lip reading, since we don't have a microphone.
well, we saw official running to the other side of the field, but he's picking up somebody's pad.
Arizona cannot challenge a block unless the run goes through the alley. Arizona will not be charged a timeout and still has both challenges remaining in the game. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Okay, so
they were challenging the chop. What they envisioned was a chop block. It was close. I don't think it would have been called a chop block. but you can only do that on a run between the guards, not on a pass play.
So if you're setting up to throw the football, you're able to block below the waist. Essentially, I would say is the definition there, at least the one I walk away with. So the clock begins to roll again, approaching 9 minutes remaining. And a point after try that is up and is good. The kick is good, everybody. That delivered by Aiden Johnson. And our score now is 7-0. The Bay Area Panthers out front first here against the Arizona Rattlers. Stand by, everybody. More IFL football on this glorious Sunday afternoon. Right after this, Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Speaking of Tucson, everybody, last night the Tucson Sugar Skulls held on for an exciting game, a game that ended on a review. I don't know if you saw that, Dale, but Duke City tried to get into the end zone on the final offensive play of the game, would have given him the victory at Tucson. And it was, there was a tackle made on the quarterback coming up the middle. He stretched out with the ball, and then the ball got knocked out of his hand, and you just didn't have a perfect angle to see it. I think the officials got it right, but I'm sure if you're a Duke City fan, you don't agree one bit with the call made last night. Tucson ends up getting that win, and with the win, by the way, they're now 6-4 on the season. You see the ball going out of the end zone there. That 6-4 record is the same as the Rattlers coming into this one now. Both of them at the start of this game then one full game behind that Bay Area Panthers team out there that will go on defense now after they get the 7-0 lead in this one. Bay Area's 7-3. Got a great battle at the top of the Western Conference as a whole, but this one here specifically, this matchup today, that will get the Rattlers into first place, a tie with the Panthers if they should win the game. This is a big one.
Well, obviously, you can sit there and say all of them are big games, but this thing's going to go down the very last week of the season.
Here comes Drew Powell. Powell, completion inside the 20-yard line.
Wow.
And Drew's going to get that one to the running back, Jagger Gardner, who was as deep as anybody. Well, I guess Braxton Haley was in the end zone, but Jagger running a mid-range route that he is able to haul in to the 14-yard line after the catch and tackle.
Look at Drew Powell back here. Great protection by that offensive line. Cole Carter, the center, Lamar Mady, Brandon Smith, all the time in the world. Look at Cole Carter fighting his tail off to give him extra time to throw the football.
8:15 on the clock. First quarter, everybody. 7-0 Panthers in front. Here comes Drew Powell in the offense. For the Rattlers, the dump pass to Houston left side. He is driven into the wall, and he'll be in the vicinity of the 9-yard line with this catch. 5 yards, the gain on this play.
Kind of interesting you watching this offense, and it's so explosive. Talking about the Arizona Rattlers, but this Bay Area defense right now doing a nice job in the secondary. They're dropping coverage. Not necessarily wanting to rush Drew Powell, but dropping coverage so you can play that zone type of coverage and keep your eyes on Drew, so if he starts to run the football, you can come up and make a tackle.
Powell fakes the flip right side. Pressure comes. Sidesteps that. Marker down, and the ball thrown away. And now every time I see what I think is a flag come out, red or yellow, I have to decide. I have to look closely to see, and that's not a flag. So it's a orangish, copperish colored towel that Drew lost. Yeah,
we've been fooled twice now.
If it was flag football, Drew's down back there. Good effort, but this isn't flag football. So anytime any more laundry comes out on the field, Dale, we're just going to have to sit back and wait and get an explanation.
You were fooled by a towel. I was fooled by a pad.
Drew Powell puts him in motion. Left side, that's Houston looking right. Now back toward Houston, who crosses the back of the end zone. And the pass is intercepted. Touchback and a more good defense by the Panthers. And the celebration is on. Cottrell Haywood. Nope, that can't be Cottrell. That can't be Cottrell, is it? I'll check for you here in a moment. I got Cottrell listed as a wide receiver. Is that number 10? We're going to find out for you, Panther fans. Another big stop for Bay Area. They lead 7-0. Grab a timeout, everybody. This is Arizona Rattlers football. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
With the next pick of the draft, Bet Rivers selects Mark from Michigan.
But sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide-open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
National Championship Football in Vegas. The Dollar Loan Center Indoor Football League National Championship. The best indoor football in the world in Vegas. August 5th at the Dollar Loan Center. The best in the country collide, and a national champion will be crowned. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at IFLNationalChampionship.com.
That was a great shot of the Arizona Rattlers cheerleading squad, the Sidewinders, as we bring you back into Phoenix, football fans. August 5th, people's attention starting to point toward August 5th in Henderson, Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada region for the IFL's championship game coming up.
Less than 2 months, Floyd. Less than 2 months. Time flies. Obviously, summertime here in Arizona sometimes gets stuck in the mud, not up where you live. You guys probably double your population this time of year, but Henderson, Nevada in August, that'd be a nice destination for this Rattler team.
Back to throw, Snead, he is buried on the release. It comes squirting out of there. It's a nobody in particular after the big hit. There's a couple of guys that got there, but Cecil Cherry was in the neighborhood with the big hit. And is that Harold Love as well, right up the middle, that got to the quarterback?
They're going to call that an incomplete pass.
The ruling on the field is the quarterback's hand was moving forward with the ball. Therefore, it is an incomplete pass. Second down.
Yeah, I agree with the official on that. At least upon first look at it. Here's the Nova Home Loans instant replay.
That also, Mr. Snead.
That squirted out of there, didn't it? It looked like it might have been on the backswing.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's the old famous empty hand.
Yeah.
the ball, I think, came out of an empty hand.
Harold Love in the middle of that defensive line for the Rattlers. And here comes second down and 10. They'll give it right side. Running play out to the 10-yard line as we now take a look at the starting lineup on that defense for the Arizona Rattlers, led, of course, by a couple of big veterans. How about Devontae Merriweather, one of our starters? He is the bandit position, the strong safety. You see him in the middle there. And, of course, Dylan Winfrey, the free safety. You got that combination in your backfield. good things are going to happen for you a lot as you look at the rest of the starters for the Arizona Rattlers today against the Bay Area Panthers.
Well, it's so interesting. And Coach Guy's the only good coach I've ever heard say it is coverage, sack, and pressure pick. And that's how this defense has really gotten this thing going the last 3 games.
Sneed, quick delivery, right side, and Merriweather is there. Helped drive the receiver into the dasher pad on that side. JT Stokes on the receiving end of Sneed's delivery. Take another Nova Home Loans instant replay look at it.
Boy, there's some contact going on down there. I gotta tell you, number 8, JT Stokes, just kind of bounces off people and the dasher board. Dalton Sneed, 32 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. Having an unbelievable season for Bay Area.
3:50 till the end of the first quarter. Toss it, and great pursuit defensively. No cutback, no quarter given. And the tackle is made for little to no gain on the play. Well, maybe a yard is all that Justin Rankin could come up with. Rankin, just one of the steadiest and best runners in the league over the last couple of seasons, and now playing for Bay Area. Nice pickup for this Panthers team.
Yes, it is, and obviously the Panthers playing very good football. Nice job there by the Rattlers defense. Lowry getting out there and cutting off, contained.
2nd down and 9, quarterback draw. Sneed stays on his feet after some initial contact, and well done. 12-yard gain for Dalton, and a 1st down inside Rattlers territory. Ball to the 19-yard line.
Quarterback draw, look at this. I mean, that was drawn up the whole way. No hesitation, nice lead block to open up, spring them loose, and you're not used to seeing Dalton Sneed running with the football, but does a nice job.
Brings up a 1st down, chance for a 2-touchdown lead on this drive for the Panthers early in the game. Handoff again, Rankin right side, trying to find some room to run. Initially runs into a brick wall in Devontae Merriweather, then able to push forward for another couple of feet. That's a 5-yard gain.
5'10", 215 pounds is Justin Rankin. Low center of gravity, you're bouncing off those big thighs, is now Bay Area right up to the football again.
Pump fake, throw to the end zone. Nope. That was the back shoulder fade attempt. That was, the shoulder wasn't long enough, so the ball harmlessly incomplete. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter, a 7-0 Panthers lead. But 3rd down and 5 on the way at the Rattler 14-yard line.
Floyd, I want you to watch this ball when it goes into the stands. That's my brother in the right shirt that just grabbed it here at the Rattlers game, supporting our Arizona Rattlers. So he has a souvenir.
Your brother?
My brother has a souvenir.
What's your brother's name?
And is Mark Hellestray. Him and his daughter are here at the game.
We met them before the game. Here's a toss to Rankin. I don't know how he was able to pull that one back in. That was dangerous for the Panthers. And the time spent and the adjustment made to try and hang on to the football gave enough time for the pursuit, and the tackle is made. In the middle of that was Jermaine Dobbs, and that Rattlers defense holds them to no gain. 4th down and 5 on the way.
And that's all because you can see my brother Mark right there holding the football. You get to keep the souvenir here in Arizona Rattlers land, but that play was able to be stopped because the pitch wasn't good from Dalton Sneed. You're correct in assuming that. Now it's 4th down. Can the Rattlers get a stop?
The snap. Sneed steps into a throw. The crossing route, but the pass is incomplete. Missed the ball intended for Cottrell Haywood, and that's how the drive ends. A big stop for the Rattlers defense as we grab us a timeout, everybody. Stand by. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Bet Rivers has selected Pat from Pennsylvania.
Pat is a master of our new multi-game, same-game parlay, where you combine multiple same-game parlays in a single bet.
BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Got a quick shot at Big Red right there. There goes Big Red down the sideline, the Arizona Cardinals mascot. There is the Phoenix Suns gorilla. Tell me you don't love the gorilla. If you don't love the gorilla, you're not an American Arizonian. Let me put it that way.
They have all the mascots
Yes.
out there. And my niece, who's also at the game, was saying, well, who is Baxter? He's a Diamondbacks mascot.
That's right.
But what is he? He's not a snake.
Baxter is he's a wildcat.
He's a wildcat. But then the Diamondbacks.
I know. Well, but try envisioning a snake costume with these 5- and 6-year-old little kids around. Okay,
I understand.
That might not go off too well. So, yeah, they came up with Baxter and
yeah, they got Grand Canyon here, ASU.
Everybody's here. They do this every year. The Rattlers bring them all in, and it's a fun time for the fans. They love it. We'll get a lot more shots throughout the game of all these great mascots from around the state, around the Valley of the Sun, everybody. First down play, and then pass goes incomplete. The officials have a quick conflab about it, and they'll mark off a 5-yard penalty on the Rattlers. Let's see what they decided this is.
I think they're going to get
prior to the snap,
Smith.
False start, offense, number 62. That is a 5-yard penalty, first down.
Now, what I'm going to say is what the Rattlers, I believe, were arguing is they believe the defensive line for Bay Area is calling out signals, and you're not allowed to do that technically, but I guess if you don't get caught.
It's all about getting caught, isn't it? Marker down on a one-handed attempt by Jamal Miles. He couldn't haul it in, and the lines judge on the far side threw his flag.
Illegal defense, Bay Area, number 5. Lined up in the belt, not mirroring. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Lined up in the belt.
Just such a herky-jerky first quarter, Floyd. There's been no flow.
Yeah.
The Rattlers' offense has been sputtering along. They need somebody to step up right now and make a big play, get this thing going.
They're going to let the clock run out, let the quarter expire. You'll get the call from the official.
This is the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we gave him his time right there. Gave him his due. Well, the Rattlers have the ball, but they trail 7-0. And we'll be back in a moment, everybody. The second quarter straight ahead. More Arizona Rattlers football is on the way.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Well, down on the field, we're not getting the shot right now as you look in on the huddle for Bay Area, but at midfield, there's that collection of great mascots from around the state. Those are the real thing, the legit mascots there from various professional and collegiate teams across the valley. And I found out why, Dale. I found out why they're all assembled here today.
Okay.
I found out why.
Yeah.
Because the Arizona Rattlers mascot, Striker, okay, Striker, who, by the way, is a snake.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Rattler, snake.
It's Striker's birthday.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, does anybody know how old he is?
That guy, Baxter. He knows, but he's not saying. He ain't talking. Striker loving it. Look, he's loving it. All his best friends are here.
Oh, yeah.
It's his birthday, big birthday party today here at the arena. And they call him, what were the CEO of the Snake Pit.
Yes.
I think is what they were saying during the break. Striker is having a great party today, and the Arizona Rattlers will go back on offense to start this second quarter, flip the sides of the field, and a 7-0 Bay Area lead. Fake the handoff, and Drew Powell has it across the 20, 25. Boy, he was just a bit away from staying on his feet and continuing down that sideline. He got it into Panther territory. And a nice game, 14-yard pickup for Drew Powell. They mark him at the 22-yard line of Bay Area.
Yeah, touchdown saving tackle by Trey Meadows of Bay Area there, clipping that left knee out as Powell was just getting a full head of steam. Nice pickup on first down. Let's see if the Rattlers can't finish this drive off with 7 points.
Powell from the empty backfield. And he flips it out on the near side to Jagger Gardner. Jagger will cross the 15-yard line and come up about a yard shy, about 9 on the gain. That little quick toss to Jagger off the right side.
Kind of interesting, the Rattlers, Kevin Guy going empty backfield, putting Gardner out in wide receiver position, getting him the ball, and then getting those wide receivers out in front of him to block the defensive back. Quick pickup of 9.
Thank you to Nova Home Loans, our presenting replay sponsors for Arizona Rattlers football. Second, a very long one coming up for the Rattlers. Jamal Miles will get that first down, squeeze through there and try to make more out of it. Jamal goes down at the 9-yard line. 4 yards the pickup for Jamal. Jamal's, he's your Swiss Army knife, right? They use him all over the place. We've seen him play wide. We've seen him in the slot. We've seen him play running back. You see him run the ball, cut it up between the guards on that play and get them a first down.
And he actually enjoys playing running back a little bit. He likes the ball in his hands and great vision and elusiveness.
Local product from Peoria High School and then Arizona State University, now with the Arizona Rattlers, and for a long time. He is arguably the most senior member of the team as he catches that pass across the middle for Arizona Rattlers touchdown.
What a nicely devised play by Kevin Guy and company. You're not going to get guys much more wide open at this area of the field. Nobody in the vicinity. Throw and catch. Makes it look easy. Jamal Miles with those nice, soft hands.
The Rattlers to attempt the point after try. Shane McInerney is on to do that very thing, and the kick is good for the Rattlers. They've tied the game, everybody, as we get this second quarter underway. Grab a timeout. 7-7 our score. Downtown Phoenix. Stand by for more Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl means 100 for Tucson. Over 100 million to boost our local economy since 2015. Plus, 100% of all profits to local charities. Over 4 million. And the Bowls Heroes program gives thousands of tickets to our vets, active military, first responders, and teachers. Learn more and buy tickets to the December 30th game at thearizonabowl.com.
It's getting loud here in Phoenix, everybody. Getting loud at the Snake Pit. Floyd Simmons, my broadcast partner Dale Hellestray, bringing it to you. And the Arizona Rattlers have finally got on the board in this one. You got to give the Panthers credit. They come in here, they battle, and they held the Rattlers scoreless in the first quarter. This after getting two big stops as well in that quarter. The interception and then the turnover on downs, short kick, picked up. Short return, ball at the 19-yard line after Marquise Bridges scooped it up and got tackled right there. Rattlers move back to defense, everybody. A 7-7 game, 12:07 remaining in the first half.
Both defenses have gotten a stop. The offenses, it's early in this football game. It's kind of hard to get a gauge on. Both offenses look a little bit out of sync. Is that because the defenses are that good, or the offense is just a little out of sync? We'll see as this game goes along, but you got to tip your hat to both defenses in this football game.
So first down play here. And Dalton Sneed will take over the Panthers offense on the field. They hand it off. Rankin just nowhere to really run. Really good job up front. The guy that helped spearhead the stop, Justin. Pardon me on that. I can't. No, it is Justin Thomas. Pardon me. Justin, the first guy there. Now, late markers after the play.
Let's see. Was this could be unsportsmanlike on?
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 3. That penalty will be assessed half the distance to the goal. The down counts. That is number 3's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game.
Going to see a little kick here, I believe, at the end. Frustrated. Yeah, a little kick there, and obviously can't do that, especially right in front of the officials. But what a tremendous job by this defense. The defensive line stuffed the offensive line, and then Merriweather just slides off, able to cut down there on the perimeter, make the tackle, gang tackle, and get the penalty on top of it.
So they call the penalty on Justin Rankin. They did refer to him as number 3. He is jersey number 2. Number 3 is a defensive back. That's William Atkins. So Williams over there saying, wait a minute now, I don't need a check mark here. I don't need a strike against me. Here's Sneed trying to make something happen right through the middle. Boy, that's a tough assignment for your quarterback. 3 yards the gain on that play. I'm looking around for more laundry on the field. It's been that kind of game. Nothing called. And a 3-yard pickup is what you get right there.
Okay, the second time you call the quarterback draw, this time the Rattlers are ready. If I'm Dalton Sneed, if I'm the Bay Area coaching staff, go down. Why are you fighting for an extra half yard with 5 Rattlers around you? We need you for the next play.
You must feel so lonely in that moment if you're Dalton Sneed. And you're caught in that back alley with those toughs from the Rattler defense. 3rd down and 16 from their own 14. Sneed faked it, throwing all the way. Throws back to Rankin. Good catch. And he is going to be near a first down. Should have the first down. I believe he stayed off his knees. Yep, they give him the stretch there. Well, they needed 16. Got 17 on the play. Rankin with a great run after catch.
Well, nice job by Sneed. Buying a little extra time, rolling to his left, and then as you talked about, Rankin slipping out after blocking. Probably 4th option on the play, picks up the catch and the first down.
The Rattlers in second place, tied coming into the game with the Tucson Sugar Skulls for second in the Western Conference after Tucson picked up a win over the Duke City Gladiators last night. So the two teams at the start of this one trailed Bay Area 1 game in the Western Conference. Rankin upended, but a 5-yard gain nonetheless. And the guy that stepped up to make that play defensively for the Rattlers, Javon Jackson at 5'11", 185.
Javon Jackson felt that one. Rankin coming from about 10 yards off the ball, full head of steam running downhill. Jackson, only 185 pounds, took the brunt of that on his neck and shoulder. Remember, Justin Rankin, 5'10", listed at 215 pounds.
Sneed, a little confusion, throws to the corner. And a couple of defenders back there, including Jackson. That one ends up in the concrete, deep dark recesses back there behind the Panthers Panthers bench area. Incomplete pass.
The bullpen down there, yeah, anytime you see guys going off the field in that corner, you kind of hold your breath. Really good coverage by the Rattlers, double covered, nowhere to go with the football. Live to see third down if you're Dalton Sneed in Bay Area.
Some more great looks at it. Was a lot of contact there, but the pass was well beyond the reach of the receiver. 7:55 and counting down here in the first half. Tie ball game, 7-7. Two very potent offenses. The two top teams by record in the conference. Well, there's evidence of how good that offense is for Bay Area. Good block on the edge. JT Stokes takes it in. That's a Panthers touchdown.
Really nice play call here. That's the second time they've handed the ball off coming in motion. This time they give it to a little bit more of a speed guy and Stokes, and he breaks contain. You get one shot at him, two Rattlers trip over each other, and just skips into the end zone.
This is Aiden Johnson on to kick the ball. And he'll split the uprights with this attempt. 14-7 is the first half score here, everybody. 7:03 on the clock. Second quarter, this timeout. We're back with more Arizona Rattlers football in just a couple of moments.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
The 7-3 Bay Area Panthers reclaim the lead here in the first half with 7:03 remaining until halftime. This IFL showdown at the home of the Arizona Rattlers, the Footprint Center, downtown Phoenix. And a 14-7 Bay Area lead over Arizona. Here's the line drive kick that will bounce high in the air. Scooped up by Isaiah Houston, and Isaiah will spin around a little bit down in the vicinity of the 15-yard line where Drew Powell and the offense come out to take this one over again here in a little bit. When we close out the first half, we are going to speak to the head coach, Kevin Guy of Arizona, on his way into the locker room. And Dale, this will give me, and I'm sure you want a chance here as well to say hello. A little shout out to Sandy Charles, our sideline reporter, who unfortunately with an assignment, a national media assignment she had, just unable to make the travel arrangements work out in perfect harmony. Unable to be here today.
Well, what I'm hearing you say, she's big timing us. Is that basically what you're saying? Is she big timing us?
I'm saying I like Sandy a lot, and I'm gonna just zip my lip right there. But Sandy unable to be here today. Everybody, we'll get Sandy back at the next home game. Long pass, caught, catch made, and that is a touchdown for the Arizona Rattlers. Jazarick Peterson comes in and makes the big catch.
What a nice adjustment by Peterson. Ball has to come out, unblocked, Bay Area. Defender right up the middle of Powell's face. Throws the ball up, his receiver goes and makes a fantastic catch. Watch the unblocked Panther coming right up the middle, able to step into the throw a little bit.
Yeah, beautiful adjustment as well by Peterson. So we watch the ball split the uprights. The kick is good for the Rattlers, and our score is now tied again, 14 apiece, everybody. 5:34 on the clock here in the second quarter, and you look at it again on the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Thank you, Nova Home Loans, and thank you, Jazarick Peterson, for the adjustment. How do you like it? I mean, the defender did not see the ball, could not make his own adjustment, and Jazarick was able to kind of circle around him to haul the pass in.
Happens a lot of times in man-to-man coverage, and underthrown football is almost indefensible. And you had Stevens Jr., the defensive back, pretty good coverage down the field, but you can't get your head back around quick enough to see that the ball's underthrown, and a lot of times what will happen, you'll come back and it'll interfere with the receiver if you're the defensive back. But watch this ball come out right before Powell gets hit. Nice adjustment on the route by Peterson, and the Rattlers tie this game up very quickly.
A little earlier, we were talking about the upcoming national championship game of the IFL, August 5th in Henderson. You can still get your tickets, but I believe it's and I don't want to understate this. I think it's around 5,000 seats, the arena. It may be more, but you don't want to get caught out in the cold, so get those tickets. Go to the IFL's website, look for information on getting tickets to the Natty, okay, the national championship game, August 5th, as this kick is brought back across the 15, and it came out. It was ripped out, and I believe that is a live ball. I didn't see who ripped it out of the hands of Meek Watkins, but yes, the officials agree. That is a takeaway on special teams by the Rattlers. They'll take over the football at the Panthers' 20-yard line.
You can see
recovered by Arizona. First down.
Is that Braxton that came out of the pile with the ball in hand?
It certainly looked like it. And right there, you see the ball getting ripped out on the bottom of the pile. It looked. Is that number 24? Is
Jackson.
That Jackson ripping it out?
Javon he just got his hands, got some leverage, took it away, and Braxton Haley able to come up with a football on special teams.
That's what good teams do, Floyd. You struggled first quarter and a half, really. Turnover now. Good teams finish this off with a touchdown.
Take the handoff. Drew Powell slips that tackle across the 10, across the 5. Drew Powell into the end zone. What a Rattlers touchdown! Statement run for sure.
I don't know how you defend that, Floyd. Bay Area did everything they could. 3 defensive linemen, linebacker in his gap. And Powell just found an open spot, and when he explodes, he explodes.
And the point after is on the way, and the Rattlers deliver on that. And they pull ahead 21-14, so it looked like just a couple of moments ago, it looked like Bay Area might themselves get a 2-touchdown lead. The Rattlers got a stop, punched it in, get the takeaway, and then, of course, Drew Powell puts on a show to score on that long touchdown run there. You see it again on the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Right here, he just found that other gear, delivered some power, and goes into the end zone.
And again, you had defenders there. You had athletes coming up to make tackles. He's able to evade contact. But when he wants to run through contact, that's what makes it so difficult for him, because you're taught to break down defensively, break down, make a good, sure tackle. But if you break down, he's liable to run over you. So you want to give him a hit too, and then he'll make you miss. And as you said, minute and a half ago, you know, the Bay Area Panthers are up 14-7. Now bang, bang, and you got the Rattlers up a touchdown.
4:16 remaining in the first half, everybody. Thanks for joining us from downtown Phoenix for this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. The squib kick is bounced around. Good recovery. I tell you, you talk about a desperate reach out to haul it in. Catrell Haywood was able to make the recovery after it bounced off him. And he sprawled and dove, and somehow he hovered on the ground at grass level to make that recovery, and he was able to protect it for Bay Area. Almost another take back by the Rattlers. 21-14, they lead.
It's got to be difficult to prepare for the Rattlers kickoffs, because Kevin Guy is not afraid to onside kick or squib kick it. You got to be ready for it at any point in the football game.
So Dalton Sneed is back in at quarterback for the Panthers. Flanking him is Justin Rankin, the running back. The bouncing snap, throw downfield, pass is caught. That was well done. The two receivers in the area, but J.T. Stokes was still able to get enough space to haul it in, make the catch, and a first down.
Yeah, they're going to get Amari Catchings for holding on Bay Area.
Holding offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty, remains first down.
You know, Dale, you offensive lineman types, you can spot that in a hurry. You can spot the hold in a hurry, which makes me real curious about whether or not when you're denying it, there's any merit to your denial.
Oh, you always deny, Floyd. Always you deny, and then even when they've got video proof, you still deny. But you saw the jersey tug, and that's usually when the officials will see your hands grabbing too much cloth.
3:22 on the clock. Sneed to throw. First and about 20. And the pass is caught, ball is out, and the Panthers, have they made the recovery? The Rattlers say it's theirs, and the official says, yes, it is! The official says this one belongs to Arizona. Another forced fumble by the Rattler defense.
Well, that was Cecil Cherry with the big hit that knocked the ball loose. Guess it remains to be seen if he was down.
The ball was not possessed until the Arizona player was on the ground with the ball. He was dead at that point by rule because he was in contact with a Bay Area player. The ruling is first down, Arizona.
We need to see that look again right there. See that camera. Look at the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Can we get that one again? Well, here's the
dump down again. You come up, watch 52, right?
Bay Area is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was down. That play is under further review.
Okay, so if you look at it here.
Yes, this should be a really good look. Let's see if a knee is down. Is the ball loose?
Is the ball out right there? You don't know.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. If they look at that view, they may very well overturn it. Although Cherry put the helmet in the football, it's hard to imagine the football came out later, right? In that split second.
It seems like it probably was jarred a little bit loose. And here's the thing, you got to remember now, the call on the field was a fumble. So you got to see video evidence to overturn it. Watch this hit, helmet right on the football.
Yeah, it's loose.
That ball,
Yeah, it's loose.
Yeah.
Cecil Cherry with the
ball comes loose, and he actually almost brings it back in right here.
He tried, made the effort.
Yeah, I don't think it's overturnable. Seeing it on the big screen in there, boy, you talk about a physical presence in the middle. How about Cecil Cherry?
I'd like to be reading the input from the fans watching at home somewhere. See what they have to say on the live chat.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The Bay Area player was hit and the ball became loose prior to contacting the ground. It'll be Arizona ball, first down. Bay Area will be charged with a timeout and has one challenge remaining in the game.
Well, Dale, so you see it's going to stand. Another big takeaway, a big opportunity for the Rattlers. They could go up by 2 touchdowns here in just a moment. When I talked to Kevin yesterday, talked to Coach Guy, I asked him about the physicality of his team. Who's the more physical team in his opinion in this matchup? And he said his team, he thinks, is more physical. And I think we're seeing that play out now in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, you are in the last 2 or 3 minutes, and obviously Kevin Guy, he stakes his claim on being the more physical football team each and every week. Now, it doesn't always come out that way on the football field, but here in the second quarter, this Rattler defense has hit a new gear.
And Drew Powell to throw from a clean pocket, left side. Jamal Miles with the first down inside the 10-yard line. Mark him at about the 9 for what should be a 14-yard gain, and the Rattlers will move the chains. Another first down for Arizona, 2:43 remaining in the first half.
Well, yeah, and as you take a look at it, you almost like to take some time off the clock. I mean, the way this team is going and the way the defense is playing, you got Bay Area on their heels.
Powell sends his guys in motion, fake it, and then he ran right into his offensive lineman. Is that Lamar? Standing in front of him, ran into Mady, and then that the tackle was pretty much a product of his offensive lineman putting a stop on.
Yeah, what you're going to tell him in film tomorrow or Tuesday when you start watching is you're like, hey, Drew, I know you're a fantastic athlete, and I know that you're 6'3", 220 pounds, but you're not supposed to run to darkness. You're supposed to avoid me and run where there ain't anybody.
Drew Powell, by the way, 8 of 12 in the game. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He threw that early on, the second possession of the game for the Rattlers. Here's a throw toward the end zone. Wide open, pass caught. That is Jazarick Peterson with his second touchdown receiving today. Well, Jazarick was not in the starting lineup today, Dale, but he's having himself a feast out there.
He has, and again, what I'm so impressed with Drew Powell, a lot of times this Rattler team's going without a blocker in the backfield, and Powell stepping up into the throw there as a 1-minute warning is here.
This is the 1-minute warning, but the extra point will happen prior to the timeout.
All right, we'll adjust to that.
Yeah, well, they call that so that the clock does not continue to run.
Yes.
While the Rattlers line up to kick the extra point.
The backup quarterback, Jorge Reyna, is the holder. Justin Smith is the long snapper. And the point after try will be up there and good. The guy delivering that is Shane McInerney. And you'll watch again on the touchdown pass from Drew Powell to Jazarick Peterson. We're back in a moment, everybody. More Arizona Rattlers football is straight ahead.
With the final pick of the draft, BetRivers has selected Izzy from Illinois.
Love this pick. Izzy does her research using the BetRivers.com sportsbook app to access player and team stats before betting her multi-game, same-game parlay for a bigger payout.
She's also discovered that they have odds boosts and award-winning customer service.
That's true, Dan.
And that Jerome can eat an entire pizza by himself.
Also true.
BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
National Championship Football in Vegas. The Dollar Loan Center Indoor Football League National Championship. The best indoor football in the world in Vegas. August 5th at the Dollar Loan Center. The best in the country collide, and a national champion will be crowned. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at IFLNationalChampionship.com.
Take a look again at Drew Powell connecting with Jazarick Peterson. The second time that combination has produced points today for the Rattlers. They lead it 28-14 with 1 minute remaining in the first half. So Arizona, a 3-game winning streak right now. Last week it was a road victory at Northern Arizona. Tough place to go and snatch a victory, and the Rattlers did that by a final of 63-62. Now a line drive kick that goes into the stands, and the ball's going to go out near midfield for the Panthers offense here in just a moment. But looking back, Rattlers are winners of now 4 out of 5 games. The one loss was 4 games back against the Vegas Nighthawks. They lost 54-55 at Vegas. I had mistakenly reported earlier that was the final score in the loss at Bay Area.
The field is that the kicked ball went out of bounds at the 20-yard line. By rule, it'll be Bay Area's ball, first down at that spot.
I mistakenly gave you that as the score when the Rattlers went to Bay Area, their second game of the season, and lost. That final was 47-46. Bay Area with the win way back in what was for the Rattlers week number 2 of the regular season. And that was, part of a rocky path that the Rattlers had started out on. They had not won consecutive games until way into the season. Now it's a 3-game winning streak. And we'll see if the defense can put a stop up here against Dalton Sneed and the Panthers offense. That pass delivered beautifully over one defender in front of the other, and a touchdown catch made right in front of the Panthers. Right in front of the Panthers bench. That is Nye Jackson hauling it in for the points.
Woo, what a nice throw by Dalton Sneed. Pretty good coverage there by the Rattlers. You said double coverage. Watch the coverage down in the corner of the end zone. Steps into the throw over the underneath defender, outside the inside defender. And remember, you got the dasher boards there. Tremendous throw and catch.
So the Panthers, whose offense had stalled for a bit, well, they're back on the board, and the point after is up and good. So it's back to a 1-touchdown game. 28-21. We'll stay here, everybody, as we get you closer to halftime here at the Snake Pit.
Well, remember, as this first half winds down, Bay Area will receive the second half kickoff. That always kind of goes into Kevin Guy's strategy. And remember, last minute of each half in Indoor Football League, the rules, the clock stops when you touch the dashboard, incomplete passes, things of that nature. Whereas during regular gameplay, they don't. Be interesting to see how Bay Area approaches this kickoff. A lot of talk down there. Are they setting up an onside kick?
After this game, by the way, 3 remaining home games this regular season for the Rattlers, positioning themselves to try to get home field advantage in the playoffs. And of course, they'd love to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And they would have to, in all likelihood, finish ahead record-wise, winning percentage-wise, ahead of Bay Area, a tie, even a tie at the top of the standings in the Western Conference with a Rattlers win today. Should they win, they would be tied, but the Panthers hold a conference record advantage in the tiebreaker as you watch scoop up the onside kick and take it in for a Rattlers touchdown.
Well, Floyd, two things. Number one, Bay Area took a lot of time over there in their kickoff huddle.
That told you something?
I would have said something is up. You don't huddle that long for a regular kickoff. And then secondly, it's funny how that oblong-shaped football can take such funny bounces right into the waiting hands of Cecil Cherry and able to pick it up on the hop, run it in, really untouched for the touchdown.
Well, that's not what I thought you were going to say, Dale, as we watch McInerney work to tack the point after on. He does make it 35-21. I didn't think you were going to say that. I thought you were going to say play dumb games, win dumb prizes is what I thought you were going to say. But, hey, you roll the dice every once in a while, don't you?
I've never really heard that. Is that like a Northern Arizona thing?
I actually took, softened it up a little bit.
Okay.
Because people don't mind being called dumb as much as they mind being called stupid.
I hear you.
I just softened it up a little. No, but listen, you roll the dice, you take chances, and that's exactly what the Panthers did in that moment. It's part of what makes the indoor football game so special. Because do you think in that 11-man game out there, any of that kind of risk taking is happening? It's not happening, is it?
And now what's interesting, if the Rattlers are still down there huddling, are they talking about the exact same thing? Coming up with an onside kick of their own. Because remember, 52 seconds left. No time really has run off the clock here in the last minute of this first half.
Hey, that guy right there, the head coach of the Arizona Rattlers, Kevin Guy, we're going to talk to him closing out the half here in a bit. There's an onside try the other way, and that one's fielded by the Panthers with 50 seconds remaining. Trey Meadows able to scoop it up, fall on top of it. The Panthers will have it back. Hey, listen, if the other guy's onside kicks at you and it results in a touchdown immediately, hey, why not? You can afford to take a shot right there yourself, can't you?
Well, you just want to make sure that you don't allow that quick touchdown, too. It's fascinating. This game was tied 7-7 going into the second quarter. Now 35-21 with more to come.
Again, you saw that look, and there's another look of Kevin Guy. We'll talk to him in a moment. Yeah, I would ask you this question. Super Bowl champion Dale Hellestray, the Dallas Cowboys, part of that free championship run for the Cowboys. And I'm not going to ask you as we watch Rankin take the handoff right side, go inside the 5-yard line, get a push, and Justin Rankin is able to take it in for the Panthers touchdown. Well, he got a convoy going. When you got a bunch of heavies around you, you can push your way across a lot, and he got it into the end zone quickly.
Wow, and the coaching staff is not exactly happy about that.
Quick touchdown.
Let's see what the
Thank you.
Panthers will line up to try the point after here.
I can tell you that does not make the coaching staff of the Rattlers very happy, just lining up and running the ball 10 yards on us.
Dalton Sneed holds. The point after is good for Aiden Johnson. Our score here is 35-28. The Rattlers remain in front. We'll just stay right here, everybody. Where I was going a moment ago, asking you about, we were talking about Kevin Guy there, and talking about you and your experience, Dale, winning 3 Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see, that head coach was, that's right, Jimmy Johnson was the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys then. You know, Dale, I can't help but ask you, are there any similarities between the great Jimmy Johnson, Hall of Fame coach, all that he did at the collegiate level and with the Cowboys, and so you played for him, you know him well, that fiery, intense personality of Jimmy Johnson, we know that Coach Guy has an intensity level that is almost unmatched out there. Any common threads between these guys?
I've said that about, you mentioned that before the game, and I told Kevin Guy that from really the first day I met him. The similarities are almost scary. The intensity, the ability to bring the best out in players. And the one thing that I always notice about the really good coach, Jimmy was a psychiatrist. And he would yell at one guy, threaten to cut him. He'd pat another guy in the butt, knowing who responds to what. That's almost exactly like Kevin Guy. And to get your guys after championship seasons and another, okay.
Well, it was an onside kick, and Cecil Cherry tried to do the same thing. Is that Cecil over there tried to do the same thing he did a moment ago, which was scoop it up and take it in for a score. And this time it's off his face mask and back into the hands, and it's a successful onside recovery for the Panthers, who, with that, and if they can...
An Arizona player and was legally recovered by Bay Area. First down.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand. Well, you know, Cecil, he did it a moment ago. He thought he was going to get the hop again right there. It ends up going to the Panthers, and they've got an opportunity to tie this game.
Well, the thing is, you're told to get on the football, recover the football. Well, he just scored a touchdown. He's seeing visions of grandeur again. Hey, I can score another touchdown here. Bounces off his face mask, and now let's see if Bay Area can put another 7 points on the board.
Here comes Dalton Sneed, and he will deliver the fastball. Pass caught, first down yardage. That'll be a gain of 12 yards on the play. The nice connection out to J.T. Stokes. So let me ask you, Dale, about this. You, the venerable old offensive lineman that you are. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give an over-under on something. I'm going to say the over-under is 2.5. And the question is, how many touchdowns did you ever score in your entire life as an offensive lineman, as a lineman type? Here's a swing pass right side. Rankin wide open across the 20 and 15 cut back, and he'll go into the end zone. It works out beautifully for Bay Area. And that ends up being a 33-yard touchdown pass to Rankin. They designed it well. He got into the open field, and he did the rest.
Well, it was interesting. They have him step up here. Doesn't block. Gets out in the open field, and you can see that elusiveness, and he gets a full head of steam. Nice job by Dalton Sneed, knowing he's going to take the shot. Might as well score a touchdown if you're going to get hit on the same play.
And give that former Sugar Skulls head coach Dixie Wooden some credit for drawing that thing up for his guys. Called the perfect play at the perfect time. That kick good there. Tie ball game here, 35-35. What a game, what a first half. Low scoring first quarter. These two teams have made up for it in the second quarter, and we're tied here at 35. You look again at the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Justin Rankin made it look too easy, didn't he? Hey, Dale, so the over-under is 2.5. I'm going to take the over. I'm going to take the over, and I'll tell you why. Because, Dale, I'm looking at you. I see you as a guy who got an opportunity on in some unbalanced line sets, some tackle-eligible opportunities. I could see a pop pass or two along the way. I'm going to take the over on number of touchdowns you've ever scored at every level combined. I go with the over.
Oh, at every level?
Well, I mean, unless you played like tight end.
Well, I did in high school.
Okay, no, as an offensive lineman, okay? So.
Well, you got to remember now the one thing you did not take into account.
What's that?
I was a long snapper.
Okay. Here we are.
So, you know, third or fourth down, fake field goals, things like that. I was not eligible. And the correct answer would be under, and that's why it was 0. That's why it's so difficult to win money on these things, isn't it?
Well, the guys in Vegas knew what they were talking about when they set the line on that one. All right, so I was going to take I lost my money. I lost it all.
That results in a touchback. First down, Arizona.
All right. You see the touchback call there. Ball at the 5-yard line, 25 seconds remaining in the half. Well, that's a lot of time, and
yes,
and the Rattlers have all 3 timeouts remaining.
Remember, you touch the dashboard, incomplete pass, first down, the clock will stop till everything's reset.
Drew Powell steps into a pass over the middle, wide open, pass caught, cut back there. That's Isaiah Houston inside the 5-yard line. Tackle, touchdown, saving tackle made right there, but the Rattlers are set up nicely. Darren Hungerford trailing the play. Stopped Isaiah at the 4-yard line, but they cover almost the entire field and setting up a perfect opportunity to close out the half.
Arizona. This is their first of the first half. It is 30 seconds in length. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 16 seconds.
What a great throw by Drew Powell. Again, only a 2-man rush. Dropping everybody else into coverage for Bay Area, yet able to find a hole in that zone, and Powell's able to exploit it.
It was a huge hole is what they found, and that's something that Kevin Guy talked about. He talked about this Panthers defense, the design of their defense, which is it's really going to be more of a bend but don't break kind of attack. You're not going to see a lot of pressure, not a lot of blitzing. And you mentioned it, they only rushed 2 that time, and somehow still a cavernous spot in the middle of that defense for Isaiah Houston to do some work.
Braxton Haley limping off the field. Looks like it might be a knee or an ankle. Let's hope that maybe a little treatment in halftime will have him ready to go in the second half. Haley last week, 2 touchdowns, 105 yards receiving for the Rattlers.
We will definitely keep a close eye on that. Jazarick Peterson off the bench as a receiver has really had a great game. Anyway, for the Rattlers, follow the big guy right side and into the end zone. And Drew Powell has a touchdown. That was too easy, Dale.
Wow, as you said, you called it out. Brandon Smith, the right guard, 6'7", 330 pounds. Talk about the physicality. Watch him come off the football. Really looked a lot better than it actually was.
It was like the Great Wall of China out there. You know, you just, at some point you decide, I'm not even going to bother scaling that thing.
It's almost like one of those Marvel comic people. You just laser them down.
The kick is good.
Kick successful for the Rattlers. 12 seconds remaining here with 2 timeouts also remaining for the Panthers. And it's Arizona 42, Bay Area 35. Well, the Rattlers have won 3 consecutive games, and in those 3 wins, they have scored at least 60 points every time. They are winners of 4 out of 5 games now. And you see again, that was actually, yeah. But I like that. I mean, it was like the force field hands or something like that, right?
Spider-Man or something, and you go down, and again, made it look real easy. Nice play call by Kevin Guy. We still got 12 seconds left here in this first half.
We have managed, and these games really do go by so quickly. It's one of the things you love about the IFL is these games, they're very intentional, meaningful in every moment, and they really do get to the moments of pure drama, the end of the halves. They get there quickly, and the drama plays out nicely. But when you couple the fact that we had a very long first half, very clunky, you talked about it, it really didn't, it wasn't the sharpest of first quarters. This game's gone a bit as the ball is fielded on the run. The line drive is fielded by Meek Watkins, and he is knocked down at about the 18-yard line for the Panthers. And that burned 4 more seconds off the clock.
Believe it or not, still time to score a touchdown and tie this thing up if you're the Bay Area Panthers.
You see the clock there, 8.7 seconds. Rattler Nation remaining in the first half.
I promise you, Dalton Sneed and Dixie Wooten are coming out here with the full intent of getting this ball in the end zone. 2 timeouts left.
Sneed throwing deep, looking toward the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete. Now, I wonder, you're going to put your official's hat on for a moment, because I thought that Dylan Winfrey had beautiful position at the top of this play, and then the receiver ran over him trying to get to the ball. Why don't you call interference in that situation right there?
Well, 2 things. Number one, I do like to make it have to be egregious at the end of a half, one way or the other. Yes, if you're an Arizona Rattler fan, you can make a strong case. That's offensive pass interference. If you're a Bay Area fan, you can say, you know what, my guy's just going up and trying to get the football.
And your guy just got in my way. Well, they're going to try to get some points here with 2.7 seconds remaining. Johnson's kick, plenty of leg on this. And he hits the upright. It's denied. And that's how the half comes to an end, everybody. A one-touchdown lead for the Arizona Rattlers. Our score is 42-35. And a pretty strong second quarter put together by the Rattlers. There was that moment, Dale, there was that moment for the Rattlers when they really flipped the script in the first half. They got the turnaround, got a couple of takeaways, did some good things. They got the Cecil Cherry recovery on the onside kick attempt, 4 points. It worked out nicely for the Rattlers when it was all said and done, and they'll grab this one touchdown lead. We're setting up Coach Kevin Guy to speak to here momentarily on the way into the locker room with the Rattlers. And again, a great second quarter put together by the team. And they grab a 42-35 lead at the moment. Folks, if you'll indulge us, we'll check in with head coach Kevin Guy. Coach Guy, second quarter, things turned around, and the Arizona Rattlers grabbed this lead going into halftime. How do you feel about it?
Well, not very good. You know, we came out, we started slow. They got away with a touchdown when their motion man came back to the box. Got 6 referees on the field. Motion man came back to the box and cut our linebacker. Got a touchdown out of that. And then, you know, we started hitting them and the ball started popping out. And then that was the worst display of special teams in the last minute I've ever seen in my career.
So, Coach, go in at halftime. What's going to be your main focus to come out in the second half?
Win. We got to win. We got to get some stops. And we got to start executing better on defense.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Kevin Guy there, the head coach of the Arizona Rattlers, and he's fired up.
Yes, he is, and rightfully so in my mind. Again, the first quarter was an ugly muck. It was not very good, and then the second quarter was pretty good up until the last minute. And it was some good, but a lot of bad.
Well, you can see down on the field here at the Snake Pit at the Footprint Center in Phoenix, everybody. A lot of fun for halftime getting ready to take place. It's the mascot, Stryker. It's his birthday. They're having fun out there. I don't think it's going to be so fun in the Rattlers locker room. We'll take a quick time out and break it down for you in a moment, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football, our halftime breakdown, is coming right up.
The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl means 100 for Tucson. Over $100 million to boost our local economy since 2015. Plus, 100% of all profits to local charities. Over $4 million. And the Bowls Heroes program gives thousands of tickets to our vets, active military, first responders, and teachers. Learn more and buy tickets to the December 30th game at thearizonabowl.com.
This just in, with the first pick of the draft, Bet Rivers has selected Pat from Pennsylvania.
This is a great pick. Pat is a master of our new multi-game, same-game parlay, where you combine multiple same-game parlays in a single bet.
That's right, Jerome. He recently bet the point spread, total points, and player props across multiple games for an even bigger payout. Amazing.
Pat also loves fried chicken.
Yep, he's a special talent. Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Well, handed to the Bay Area Panthers and their defense. They held the Arizona Rattlers scoreless in the first quarter. Panthers had a 7-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. But then the Rattlers came to life. 42 points in that second period. And for the Arizona Rattlers, that is the highest total point output. Most points scored in a quarter by the Rattlers all season long. I'd venture a guess that's the most points they've scored in a quarter in a very long time. It ranks as one of the highest outputs you could possibly get. That's a pace of 168 points for the entire game, if my math is correct, everybody. 42 points scored by the Rattlers in the second quarter is a pretty phenomenal total as we bring you back in here to break it down at halftime. Floyd Simmons and my broadcast partner is alongside here in our perch high atop the field here. We got to come up with a nickname for our little crow's nest spot here, Dale. We need something.
Right.
Something, it's probably got to have some sort of a reference to the Rattlers or Snakes or something.
Why can't it be Floyd's Army or something like that?
Okay. We'll come up with something.
Okay.
We'll come up with something. How about 42 points, the highest single quarter output for the Rattlers all season long in that second quarter today?
Yeah, just a whole lot of things. Like we saw Kevin Guy as he left the field. There's a lot of good things that they did. Obviously, they scored a lot of points. But there was so much sloppiness to it that's hard to see, through the forest. You see so many things that didn't go right that it overshadows the things that did go right. And that's where the frustration, I think, from Kevin Guy. I think before the game started, if you said, hey, we'll give you a 7-point lead at halftime, Kevin Guy would say, I'll take that. I'll take that. We're going to the second half with a 7-point lead. We're good. We're good. But it's just the way it unfolded. And there's so many things that just didn't look like championship football in the first half.
The teams have played a relatively, similar first half statistically speaking. The Arizona Rattlers 12 first downs. Bay Area with 9. Rushing yardage, the total for Bay Area, 54 yards rushing for Arizona. Well, it's 55 yards rushing for Bay Area, 54 for Arizona, so virtually identical there. And in terms of passing yardage, not including sack yardage here in this one, the Arizona Rattlers have the edge there, 157 yards throwing the ball and 133 yards as a team for Bay Area. We'll look at some individuals more so here in just a moment, but the score reflects a close game. The standings reflect two
evenly matched teams
for sure, and then the numbers there in the first half as well.
Tell me this, Floyd, as a seasoned veteran of watching sports, when both coaching staffs are upset with the officials, does that mean they're doing a good job? I mean, we had Dixie Wooten lose his absolute mind on the first play of the game, and a few things to say as the first half went along. And Kevin Guy obviously was not happy with some of the calls against his team. Does that mean, you know what? We're doing a pretty good job. You're both mad at us.
Well, I think that's one way of interpreting it. That's for sure. But I think that people can have their varied interpretations of it. Sometimes it's just a matter of the officials themselves aren't having their best day, their best night. Now, I haven't had a particular issue with the officials myself. We did miss some of the explanations early on in the game because there wasn't audio available to us. So we missed some of the explanations that might fill in a little bit more detailed what exactly was happening on the field at the time. But, the involvement certainly did have some, lend to some disruption in that first quarter. But listen, it's all a part of the drama that is the human experience, where you've got officials that are fallible, and I'm not saying they did anything wrong, but you've got players that, have a few flaws and don't exactly execute perfectly every time, coaches that might not have made the right call at the right time, and then broadcasters in the booth that are usually even worse than any of the other guys at interpreting and painting the picture. So
I'm flabbergasted you would say that. Now, I do have to say something, Floyd, because this is the first game that Sandy hasn't been here, and it's the first time that you've called us really not the best in the business.
Yeah.
Is it all?
Yeah.
Is it all wrapped around Sandy?
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Sandy isn't here today. That's guilty as charged. By the way, great turnout as always here at the Snake Pit tonight. And the next time you will have an opportunity, well, they're going to be on the road. The Rattlers are here coming up soon, so don't plan to be out next week. Next week, it's a trip to Albuquerque, New Mexico to take on the Duke City Gladiators. That's next Saturday. But then the Rattlers return home for 3 straight home games to wrap up the regular season. And if the script continues like it's being written here soon, you see that San Diego game on the forecast there coming up on June 24th, 6:05. That's a Saturday game, so 13 days hence, you get a chance to come and check out the Arizona Rattlers take on San Diego. That'll be the first of 3 consecutive home games to wrap up the regular season. It includes a home tilt on June 2nd. That's a Sunday afternoon, again, like today, against Massachusetts, and they wrap up on Saturday, July 15th. At home against Northern Arizona. 3rd time this season to play Northern Arizona in the regular season, so that'll be back here, as I said, on July 15th, everybody. And then, if the Rattlers can get home field, more home action in the playoffs on the way. Halftime score here, 42-35. The Rattlers in front of Bay Area. Our halftime continues in just a moment. Stand by.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
As friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
Hey, we're back in, everybody. Welcome back. Floyd Simmons, my broadcast partner, Dale Hellestray, as we get set for the second half coming up in a moment. A 42-35 halftime lead for the Arizona Rattlers. All 42 of those points registered in the second quarter by the Rattlers offense led by Drew Powell, 10 of 14 for 157 yards passing, 3 touchdowns for the reigning IFL MVP. I don't know if Drew has played enough of a football season with the injuries that kept him out for several weeks, Dale, to get enough attention at the league level and be in that contention again for the MVP, but his play certainly looks like most valuable player caliber play, doesn't it?
No doubt about it. And obviously, he's what makes this offense go for the Arizona Rattlers. But I guarantee you, you can have all the MVPs that you want. He wants a championship. And so whether his stats add up to an MVP or not, he does want his stats to add up to a championship, which is still within their grasp.
Yeah, no question about it. Out on the field, they're about ready to go, everybody. We are about ready for the second half of this Arizona Rattlers football broadcast and a showdown for the Rattlers against the Bay Area Panthers. If Arizona should prevail tonight, we will have a tie for first place, at least in the standings. There's a tiebreaker, and I believe the first tiebreaker is conference record. And that conference record potentially can favor Bay Area. It does today. If the playoffs were to begin after today, it doesn't matter win or lose. The Panthers would get first place in the Western Conference and have the first place seed. And that's because, they get to play more conference games this year than the Rattlers do, and they have a better conference record right now.
Which in my mind, Floyd, should not be that high up the playoff tiebreaker list. If you can't make sure that the conference games are even, it should not be the first tiebreaker.
Here's a return up the middle. Tackle made near the 20-yard line. Bay Area will have the ball first after Meek Watkins is able to take it out, like I said, to the 20-yard line. Second half underway. Welcome back into Arizona Rattlers football. Floyd Simmons, Dale Hellestray, and no Sandy Charles tonight. Sandy will rejoin us in 13 days when we bring you more Arizona Rattlers football. San Diego comes to town on June 24th, Saturday evening. And our score here as the second half begins, Arizona 42. The Bay Area Panthers 35. Dalton Sneed, the quarterback, will take the snap, hand it off to Justin Rankin, and he is knocked down. A number of those Rattlers across the defensive front able to get there. Harold Love in the middle of that defensive line was the guy who landed squarely on top of Rankin right at midfield. Well, short of midfield, pardon me, a 3-yard gain.
Give Chris Terrell some credit there, too, right at the point of attack, going up against Lipscomb, the 6'4", 320-pound right guard for Bay Area. Chris Terrell takes him on right there, kind of stacks it up, allowed his buddies to come over there and make the tackle.
Second down and 7. Sneed puts them in motion. Looks left, pumps over the middle, and under duress throws it away, looking for J.T. Stokes, and mostly just trying to avoid taking a big loss. Harold Love with the pressure up the middle.
Pressure's right up the middle, and Dalton Sneed getting up, making sure his helmet and shoulder pads are attached correctly, as we've talked about Harold Love and that physical presence in the middle. Watch here at the end of the play, toss them to the ground and on that right shoulder and helmet, and get away with a little bit more in the indoor football league than you do in the outdoor game. Although Mr. Sneed made that look maybe a tad bit worse than it actually was.
Whole lot of loving right there, everybody. Under 13 minutes on the clock, third quarter. The fake, the pass caught by J.T. Stokes and into the dasher pad on that side. defender nearest the play was Jermaine Dobbs for the Rattlers.
Well, Bay Area went for the field goal into the first half, almost made it off the right upright from further distance than this, but looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down and short.
Part of that hard-working crew up front right there. Good look at Chris Terrell. Javon Jackson, the Duke Blue Devil product, into your screen as well. He, one of the cornerbacks in that defensive alignment for the Rattlers, and then timeout is taken.
Timeout, Bay Area. Their first of the second half. 60 seconds in length.
Well, and I think that the reason you call the timeout, play clock was run down a little bit, but the Rattlers came out in an interesting short yardage defense, and I think might have caught Bay Area by surprise, and rather than run the play into something they weren't expecting, let's call timeout and come on over.
Great group of Rattler fans on the front row right there. They seem to show up in different, I don't know who these gentlemen are, they seem to show up in different uniforms, different times. Sometimes they'll dress like we call him the red hat. You know, the guy that calls out, halts play for our commercials. He's got the big red glove, usually the big red glove. Rattler fans are a special breed.
That they are, and they're fanatical about their team, and they're involved personally and emotionally and all those things. It's fun to, over the years, get to meet them, know them, and watch their families grow up.
Winningest professional sports franchise in Arizona history. The Arizona Rattlers line it up. 4th down and 1, Rankin left side. There's a first down gain. He ran with a head of steam, and he got a lot more than the yardage necessary. He ends up with about 9 on the play. They'll mark him at the 12-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Panthers.
Well, that was just big man on big man. Who's going to be more physical? It's really hard in this game to stop 4th and 1 if you have a physical running back. And obviously you can talk about a physical running back when you're talking about Justin Rankin. Lowers those shoulder pads. Really hard to get that low center of gravity down on the ground.
42-35. First, second half possession. It belongs to the Bay Area Panthers. Dalton Sneed pumps, throws right toward the end zone. Nobody back there. Marker down. And the receiver running down that left sideline may have been impeded out there. That's Nye Jackson. See what the referee has to say about the matter.
Illegal contact, defense number 5. Contact beyond 5 yards. That penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot and is an automatic first down.
The referee is Todd Evans right there. The head linesman, Kevin Kaiser. Line judge, Justin Nash. Umpire, Paul Verna. And our back judge is Johnny Price. And those guys right there as well. I don't know their names, but you got a whole bunch of referees in the stands. Don't you always? Too bad you can't get paid for calling games from the stands. Here is a give to Rankin, and he is knocked down at the 5-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play there. Second down and goal at the 5 coming up.
Really nice job by Merriweather. Watch him sneak through all the carnage here. Make that open field tackle right there. Nice and low. Wraps up with his right arm. As make sure that he gets Rankin on the ground. Because right here it looks like it'd be a touchdown. Number 8 comes out of nowhere to make the tackle.
Second down and goal. Flip it to Rankin after the big hit. And Justin will reach. But I don't think he got the ball across. Nope. The linesman from the opposite side says yes. Coach Guy is looking for a replay as fast as he can to try and decide whether he wants to challenge this big hit in the backfield. But for the moment, that's called a touchdown for Bay Area.
The ruling on the field is that the ball broke the plane before it became loose. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Yeah, we've seen it on the big screen, and it looks like this one is going to, well, it's got a chance to be overturned.
Well, that's one advantage of playing at home, right? You talk to your video guy, get it up on the big screen in a hurry. I think the interesting thing is, was he down? Or is that a fumble?
That's a good question, right?
Because if it's ruled not a touchdown.
Arizona is challenging the ruling on the field that the ball broke the plane.
Oh, I think that's a touchdown.
Loose.
I think that's a touchdown.
The previous play is under further review.
That look right there, I think it shows it, Dale.
Well, that first one we saw.
When you see it on the big screen, okay, it's not perfectly down the goal line, and so it's at an angle, and it looks like it comes out early. That look that we just looked at ourselves, this to me looks like it's a touchdown.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Still has it right there.
Yeah, that looks like it breaks the plane.
Right there, doesn't it?
Wow. They say football's a game of inches, Floyd. That literally was inches. So that look up on the big screen, Kevin Guy's going to lose his mind, because the first look we saw, this one that's up there right now, it looks like he's half a yard short and the ball came loose.
But then you see that look. The officials are taking their time, that's for sure. Trying to see what angle that they're able to really zone in on.
Well, we didn't even talk about the hit that Snead took on that option play. Yeah, I think that this is going to be ruled a touchdown. Challenge overruled.
Well, you make a good point, because if they agree with the Rattlers that it wasn't, that the ball came out and he never broke the plane, then it's a live football at that point, isn't it? Unless his knee was down before the outstretch or before the ball reaches that point. Then it's a live ball. The Rattlers recovered it in the end zone, if I'm not mistaken there.
I think there's three possibilities. Obviously, that the challenge is overturned. He's down by contact before he scores, or it's the Rattlers' ball.
Here we go. A decision has been made.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands as called.
Well, you hear the fans. The Rattler fans are not happy about the call, but I think the right call was made.
Arizona is charged a timeout and has one challenge remaining in the game.
Well, the thing you have to remember now, the first replay we saw, Kevin, you see arguing his case, the first replay we saw on the big screen, as you pointed out, was not right down the line, and to all of us, it looked like he was a half a yard short.
Johnson from Snead's hole. The kick is up, and the kick is it's good.
Media
and our score is not accurate, is what our score is.
No,
it's not accurate. They've given the points. They've given the points to the Rattlers on that.
Hey, that's a funny way to keep a winning streak going.
That score you see on your screen, that is, there they go. They're starting to correct it now. We just take the data straight from the arena, and we'll get it corrected. It should be 42-42. Everybody, we'll grab a timeout here as we roll on in this third quarter. 9:40 on the clock, and a great game brewing for you at the top of the Western Conference in the Indoor Football League. We'll get that score straightened out for you, everybody, and we'll do that in a moment. Stand by. It's Arizona Rattlers football.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
With the next pick of the draft, BetRivers selects Mark from Michigan.
This is a surprise. Where sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay.
Where you can combine more than one same-game parlay in the same bet for bigger payouts.
Exactly, Dan. He's a fan of daily odds boosts and BetRivers.
BetRivers award-winning customer service.
How'd you know?
I got sources too, Jerome. BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Oh, now the gang there, not only are they officials, but they do have their giant red oven mitts on to get the game back, to bring us back to the game.
The more you can do, Floyd, the more you can do.
So we're tied at 42, everybody. A line drive kick toward the corner, the front corner. Boy, well done. Ball loose on the ground. That might have hit the official, bounced off the official near the line there, near the front pylon. Jamal Miles gets dinged up a little bit there, trying to run up and make that recovery. He's on his feet. Looks like he'll be none the worse for wear after that. Well, let's take a look here what happened. Here's that kick. Does this hit the official right here? I don't know. Who did that hit? Did it hit Jamal?
Boy, oh boy, could have been a disaster for the Rattlers, whoever it hit.
Yet another one of the nuances of the indoor football brand of football, and that is, the confines of the game, the live walls, the ball, the short distances. A lot can happen with the ball. That was a pretty good kick. Rattlers will set up at their own 5-yard line. And it is caught near side. Jazarick Peterson with his third catch of the game. The other two have been touchdowns.
It'll be interesting to see again. An upset coaching staff, probably an upset team going in at halftime. The Arizona Rattlers get a call overturned here. First touchdown drive for Bay Area. Let's see how this offense comes out and see if the first quarter doldrums have been wiped completely clean.
After that last 4-yard gain, it's second down at 6. Powell gives it. Gardner has it. And Jagger is going to be spun down right at the line again. That'll be a first down for the Arizona Rattlers. 6-yard gain for Jagger. Gardner, he carried the ball on the first 2 offensive plays from scrimmage back in the first quarter for the Rattlers, and we hadn't seen him touch the ball since then.
No, and again, it's that same old power play. You pull Lamar Mady, the left guard, around, and he's so athletic at 6'3", 305 pounds, can find his way through, and then Gardner certainly loves to run that play.
Jagger has 18 yards rushing on 3 carries now for the Rattlers. Quick delivery left side. Jamal Miles, he tried to get head of steam going before Hungerford is able to track him down from behind, and a 5-yard pickup for Jamal to the 21-yard line.
Miles up a little slow after that kickoff. You're seeing him walking slow back. Oh, remember Braxton Haley limped off the field last offensive series.
So now second down, the ball at the 21-yard line for Arizona. They've got receivers. Well, everybody ends up on the right side. Gardner, the running back, will leak out to the left side, but they'll throw the crossing route instead to Isaiah Houston. Houston hauls it in. Houston's got plenty for the first down. 13 yards, the gain on the play to Isaiah Houston, the Arizona Christian University receiver.
Nice patience by Drew Powell. You can just see his maturity, calm, cool, collected. First read isn't there, second read isn't there. Come back to that third read. Offensive line's giving you a little bit of time, and you're able to adjust and get away from that free rusher.
Drew Powell with Time to throw. Pocket breaks down, and Drew Powell goes into the end zone for the Rattlers touchdown.
What makes it so difficult to play defense against this Rattlers offense? Again, you cover everybody. There's nowhere to go with the football. Good job, hooray! Oh, by the way, you got Drew Powell streaking down the sideline, and nobody's going to be able to get him on the ground.
McInerney to try the point after here and put Arizona back in front by a touchdown, back in front by 7. And he does with 5:52 on the clock in the third quarter. Stand by, football fans. More Arizona Rattlers football coming right up.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl means 100 for Tucson. Over $100 million to boost our local economy since 2015. Plus, 100% of all profits to local charities. Over $4 million. And the Bowls Heroes program gives thousands of tickets to our vets, active military, first responders, and teachers. Learn more and buy tickets to the December 30th game at thearizonabowl.com.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Saw the graphic there on the screen a moment ago. How about 30 great years with the Arizona Rattlers? The decades of dominance. 6 championships for the Arizona Rattlers. And we are proud to be a part of the Rattler family here at Simmons Media, our broadcast production team that does these broadcasts. Floyd Simmons right here. My broadcast partner is Dale Hellestray, and there's a return that comes out across the 15-yard line in the hands of Meek Watkins. Watkins down to the 20-yard line. First down there for Bay Area. 1 touchdown lead for Arizona.
You know, you talk about decades of dominance, and boy, I've always said this, Floyd, don't care what professional league you're in, usually your franchise reflects ownership, and there's been great owners throughout this organization, throughout the decades, and obviously great coaches, great players, some names up in the rafters here. And Ron Schertz, the current owner of the Arizona Rattlers, takes a backseat to nobody, I promise you that, and gives this team everything it needs to be successful.
Fake the handoff. Snead throws, man wide open. Now that had to be a touchdown. As open as the receiver got down the right side. That's Nye Jackson on the receiving end, and a breakdown on defense for the Rattlers.
Wow, and that's the things that will absolutely infuriate Kevin Guy. You sit there and look at it and go, looks like they had him covered when he's coming off the line of scrimmage, and then can't stand to see guys. Well, I mean, there's not a Rattler in the screen as the touchdown pass is being caught. Sometimes, Floyd, those are the hardest ones to catch. It's like a wide open layup. You'd almost rather be bumped a little bit than wide open.
Linemen have a tendency also to overstate how hard that is
wow.
to catch when you're wide open.
Wow.
The kick is good.
And I say that with the most love I can conjure up right now. Dale, let's grab a timeout.
Yeah.
4:16 on the clock. I better hide over there. All right, scores tied again, everybody. It's Arizona 49, Bay Area 49. Back in a moment. More Arizona Rattlers football is on the way.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Bet Rivers has selected Pat from Pennsylvania.
Pat is a master of our new multi-game, same-game parlay, where you combine multiple same-game parlays in a single bet.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Back into the Snake Pit, home of the Arizona Rattlers, a 49-49 game right here, everybody. Hey, Dale Hellestray, I'm going to do another over-under. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Over-under. The over-under is 2.5 again. 2.5.
Okay.
And the question to you is how many times do you think me as a football player, and I played high school football, nobody wanted me enough a little itty-bitty tiny school in Minnesota wanted me to play football, and I didn't take them up on the offer. So
okay.
I never played past high school. How many times, over under 2.5, how many times do you think I was ever pancake blocked? I say that because I feel like I'm about to get one here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, you took a shot and ran. You took a shot and ran. Well, for some reason, I think you're a kicker. I think you're a kicker.
I kicked a season, yes.
Yeah, you make me look like a kicker.
I'll tell you more about my kicking experience here in a little bit, okay? Jazarick Peterson, by the way, hauls the kick in for the Rattlers, and they're down at the 24-yard line.
And so I would think that you're pretty good, pretty adept at avoiding contact of any sort. So I would take the under, even though your body says, you know what? It's the over. I'm taking the under.
So listen, here's the deal. I would rather have you pancake block me right here into this concrete surface in our little broadcast booth. There's a look.
Yeah.
I would rather have that happen than to hear the shots you keep taking at me and my former football prowess. But it's actually the under one time.
Yeah.
I was absolutely pulling a tackle. Actually, he pulled a tackle, and he absolutely flattened me like a pancake. His name is he's the head coach of a high school football team up in northeast Arizona, the Snowflake Lobos. His name is Kay Solomon, and Kay was a great all-state football player. I'm playing cornerback against him and his team. He comes out and he's pulling, and I just find myself on an island, and yes, absolutely flattened by this big pulling tackle.
Can I ask the obvious question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How much were you guys getting blown out for you to be playing?
It was man, this guy is, boy, you are taking some real shots. Oh, man. My kidneys. Here we go. Pass delivery, right side. It's caught, and that's Jazarick Peterson trying to fight for the extra yardage, but they're gonna whistle him down after a gain on the play of 5 yards on that one. I used to kick. Okay, my junior year, I was in high school. You grab somebody to kick. You try. So, I kicked a little bit, had some decent range, to be honest with you. I was a barefoot kicker. Remember the days of the barefoot kicker?
Hold on, where'd you go to high school?
Holbrook High School, Holbrook, Arizona, USA.
It gets cold up there a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much, yeah.
Barefoot?
Barefoot kicker. Well, a sock. I wore a sock. I did. I kicked all year long. Last game of the year, the referee said, you can't kick without a shoe. The rule book says you have to have a sole on your, I go, my socks have soles. Now that's my kicking days ended at that point. Here's a gain of 3 yards for Drew Powell, the quarterback. He takes it to the 15-yard line. That'll move the chains, and that'll be a first down for the Rattlers as they try to retake the lead here on this possession. We're tied at 49 apiece, under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Now this looks a little bit more like, I think, the way Kevin Guy wants his offense to play. Be a little physical, run the football a little bit. As you see Drew Powell walking back out on the field. Play clock hasn't really even started yet. Just did. Let's get a nice little rhythm. Let's be physical. Let's kind of take control of this football game.
Powell puts him in motion. Fake it to Jamal Miles. Throw toward the back of the end zone. And wide open for the touchdown catch is Isaiah Houston. Good play design. Good route run by Isaiah. And the touchdown.
Well, I just love the way Drew Powell throws that. That pass in particular, he's got defenders right in his face. Looked like number 52, Hungerford, looked like he was hungry. The linebacker, 6 foot, 225 pounds, right in his face, able to lob the ball in the end zone to score the touchdown.
And the kick is up, and the pipes are split.
Is good.
And we've got a 7-point lead again for the Arizona Rattlers. 56-49, everybody. 44 seconds remain in the third quarter. So just stay right here, and I'm just going to avoid any touchy subjects.
Well, you started it by saying, do you not know what I'm talking about? Do you play basketball?
Well, I've been known to,
I always hated when there's nobody around me and big crowd and wide open. Bump me, hit me, whatever. I was a pretty good basketball player. But that's like that open field catch. It's like it takes forever to get there, and you can see the defender racing towards you, and it's like, okay, maybe I oversold it a little bit. All right, maybe I oversold it a little bit.
No, it is a thing, though. It is a thing. And for anybody who hadn't been – in that action before, ever played out on the field. It seems like the ones you drop are the ones where there's nobody in the zip code and you're wide open.
And people are going, how did you drop that one?
Absolutely, absolutely. But it still stings, to hear about how I may or may not have gotten on the field.
So you're a defensive back.
Yeah, DB. DB, wide receiver. You're a high school football player. You play everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you played both sides of the ball, right? Back in those days. Here's the line drive kickoff, brought out from near the goal line, and the tackle made out at about the 22-yard line. Bringing it back is Meek Watkins, and it'll be first down right there for the Bay Area Panthers. And this has turned into a great heavyweight showdown, trading punches out there.
This is more like, I think, the game we thought we were going to get. That, as you said, that first quarter was just so herky-jerky and penalties and replays and no flow whatsoever. Then second quarter got out of hand. This is, I think, what we expected for 4 quarters. We're at least getting it here for the third. We'll see what happens in the fourth quarter as the third quarter winds down.
Now, depending on the outcome of this play, it should be the final play of the third quarter. Snead under pressure, and Dalton Snead is going to go down. There's a marker down in the backfield, but Snead is rolled up in that backfield.
Yeah, they're going to get Lipscomb for the hold and gave up the sack. You're going to decline this penalty.
Chris Terrell, the guy that first on the scene.
Offense, number 72. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, second down.
They will wind the clock again. We should now see the end of the third period, everybody. There you see Chris Terrell gets the quarterback sack. The third quarter comes to an end. It's going to be an exciting fourth period coming up between the two top teams vying for the top spot in the Western Conference. 15 minutes of football remain, everybody. 56-49. Arizona in front of Bay Area. We'll grab this timeout. We're back in just a couple of moments with more Arizona Rattlers football.
BetRivers has selected Izzy from Illinois.
Izzy does her research using the BetRivers.com sportsbook app to access player and team stats.
Amazing. BetRivers sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latino artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
The Arizona Sidewinders hard at work. And they do work hard. And it is tough to beat the Arizona Sidewinders. They're as good as they get in the IFL. They're as good as they get anywhere. 56-49. The lead for the Arizona Rattlers as we get ready to begin the fourth quarter, everybody. Floyd Simmons along with Dale Hellestray, and this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football presented to you in part by our instant replay presenting sponsors. That's Nova Home Loans. Go to NovaHomeLoans.com to find out more about what they can do for you. NovaHomeLoans.com. And Nova Home Loans, together we've got this. They are proud to present our instant replay package here with the Arizona Rattlers. All right, anybody's game to win. Two great teams at the top of the Western Conference in the final 15 minutes about to get underway. Now, I am curious about this. Are we going to play one final play here? Is that what we did? We're going to play one final play?
I just don't think they've restarted the clock yet.
Just no reset yet?
No.
It'll be second down at 17.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 15 minutes.
Okay. Everybody but that mysterious game clock operator. You hear the reference to that person all the time.
Well, he might have went and got a little thing of popcorn or something. You never know.
True story. Dalton Sneed back to throw, and he'll dump it out to Rankin, and Rankin is knocked into the wall near midfield. As a marker down where the quarterback went down.
Oh, they're going to get him this time. Harold Love roughing the quarterback.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 99. That penalty will be enforced from the dead ball spot and is an automatic first down.
Let's see here.
Gonna get a look at the big fella.
Right in the middle.
Well, I think the key there is I believe that Harold had enough time to pull up. We'll see if quarterback did a good acting job here. You know, his head came down. It's hard to argue with that call if you ask me.
Well, then I think he landed on top of him at the end. And again, why push it that far? Push him down. They'll let you get away with that. Turn around, live to see another day.
I mean, Harold he's still talking. He's still trying to make his argument.
Well, he is, because I think he's gotten away with a couple questionable ones. Again, if I'm a Bay Area fan, I'm going, well, you're letting number 99 kind of manhandle or quarterback.
I love his persistence. He did not give up on the on the lawsuit here. Right side, Rankin. Well, there's Harold Love getting a little back right there with a big defensive play in the middle. He brought Rankin down. No gain on the play.
That was so fun to watch. Dalton Sneed handed the ball off, and then he blocked. He was blocking Justin Thomas. Watch him here at the end of the play. Watch Dalton Sneed blocking Justin Thomas, getting underneath him a little bit. And at the end of the play, Justin Thomas turns around and goes, who was blocking me?
That's old school football at its finest. Rankin has it, and Harold Love has him. Harold getting involved in pretty much everything to start this fourth quarter. The good and the bad, and that was beautiful.
Watch this physicality. Right at the center. Well, again, must have been a miscommunication among the offensive line.
And the center slipped by to go next level blocking, and whoever he thought was going to fill for him didn't fill, huh? Left guard.
See, I think a whole lot of love was hope we didn't have that good of camera work, and it looked like he fought through two guys to make that tackle.
Third down and 11 and markers, and that'll be
false start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, third down.
And that's what that was.
Well, and you look at it, now what Harold Love has done is got this crowd back into the ball game. They had gotten a little lackadaisical. They're back into this game because of his emotion, and now this defense is playing with more emotion.
Third down and 16. Snead battling, fighting on that far side, and Snead is going to go down well shy of the first down. It'll bring up fourth down. This will be a big situation and a decision to be made, and it looks like the offense is staying right where they're at. Dixie Wooten is talking it over with his quarterback. Figure out what to do here. Ball at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, kind of an interesting call. Obviously, it worked the very first time they did it. Second time, the Rattlers stopped him cold. Third time, mixed results. Dalton Snead gonna need some Epsom salts tomorrow morning. Taking quite a beating today.
So after an 8-yard gain, and with 7 seconds on the play clock, Snead under center, takes a snap, fake it, throw it toward the end zone. Pass is caught there. That's a Bay Area touchdown. Catrell Haywood and on the receiving end of that Dalton Snead fastball. Dalton's been putting some zip on the ball. A couple of those touchdown passes, good example right there, and points on the board and a potential tie straight ahead.
Working on Jackson in the left corner of the end zone. Pretty good pass protection. As you said, just a rocket. See how this...
Almost a hold right here on the left guard. If you watch this, he grabs that little chunk of the jersey.
Well, why are you trying to get our lineman
Not
in trouble?
enough.
Jeez,
not enough to get that hanky out of the back pocket, but almost there. Here's a line drive kick that's good to tie the game again.
The kick is good.
What a great battle we've got going on here today. Grab a timeout, everybody. 11-11 remaining in the fourth quarter. And we're tied again at 56 this time. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
All right, Dale, another over-under for you.
I'm 1-0, you're 0-1.
I know, yeah. This one's for you.
Okay.
All right. Over-under. The over-under is 5.5. 5.5. How many times is our third member of our broadcast team, Sandy Charles, who is not here, how many times has she choked up with tears knowing she couldn't be here for this exciting game so far today? How many times?
That is not even thinkable. It's 0, so I'm taking the under.
Really?
Yeah.
0.
Oh, I don't
Way
even think she's thinking of us.
No.
No, she's got bigger.
Forgot all about us already, huh?
Oh, yeah, big time.
She big timing us.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to call you this week. Oh, was there a game last weekend?
We may never find out. We'll see. Sandy, if you're out there, text us. Where did we go on the over/under there? Under 11 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. We're tied at 56 apiece, everybody. Arizona with the football. Drew Powell. And his pass is delivered to Jazarick Peterson. Jazarick did not start the game. Now, pay attention. Where's Braxton Haley? Really haven't seen Braxton, right? Remember, he early in the game, back in the first half, he left the field, looked pretty banged up. We just haven't seen Braxton since then, not to make any contributions, and haven't really noticed his presence on the field. If Braxton's out there, he's doing things.
Yes, he is. As we talked about last week, 105 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns for the Rattlers in their victory.
Well, Jazarick Peterson is doing a great job in his stead. Here's a pass caught right side by Isaiah Houston. The flip forward pass from Drew Powell and a first down on the game by Isaiah.
And that's such a safe play because a lot of people say, oh, he's pitching it, be ruled a fumble. No, if for some reason that ball was dropped, it's an incomplete forward pass.
Well, I think I see Braxton on the bench, still in uniform, but we're not seeing him on the field, of course. Jamal Miles, Isaiah Houston, and that third wide receiver is
number 79. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
False start called on the Rattlers. That third receiver is Jazarick Peterson. Of course, Jagger Gardner, the running back in the lineup for the Rattlers. There is Braxton Haley. And
crutches.
That is not...
No.
That's not a good sight to behold here. Heading in the backstretch of the football season. This game plus 4 more remaining in the regular campaign for the Rattlers. This pass is caught, dropped in perfectly to Isaiah Houston. Catch out of bounds in contact with the dasher pad, and the long pass produces a first down.
I mean, look at the cover. You can't be covered any better, and you can't throw them. Look at where this ball is thrown. You know you're going to get hit as soon as you catch the ball. Houston able to concentrate on the ball, and fantastic job by Powell.
Threw a perfect pass, that's for sure. 8:45 on the clock, counting down, and Drew is going to fake it and take it, cut it back, and lean out, reach out, touchdown, Arizona. And the lead once again swings back to Arizona.
Boy, lays out almost 3 yards to get the ball across the goal line. I tell you what a sleight of hand. Watch right here. Looks like he's going to hand it off. At the last second, pulls the ball. Malik Dorton, 6'2", 295 pounds, number 15 for Bay Area, was going to make the tackle if he handed it off. Kept it, scored the touchdown.
And a perfect day kicking points after for McInerney. Both kickers have been perfect so far today. That one good. 63-56 is our score. A timeout, everybody. We'll continue on from the Snake Pit in downtown Phoenix as you watch Drew Powell add another to his franchise record total of rushing touchdowns. We're back with more Arizona Rattlers football in a moment.
With the next pick of the draft, BetRivers selects Mark from Michigan.
But sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay.
BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide-open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
National Championship Football in Vegas. The Dollar Loan Center Indoor Football League National Championship. The best indoor football in the world in Vegas. August 5th at the Dollar Loan Center. The best in the country collide, and a national champion will be crowned. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at IFLNationalChampionship.com.
Take another look, Rattler Nation, at the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Drew Powell goes into the end zone yet again today. Drew has accounted for 6 touchdowns, 7 carries, 66 rushing yards, averaging 9.4 yards per carry, and 4 rushing touchdowns today for Drew. Throwing the football, 17 of 21. That's 81% pass completions for 230 yards. And Drew Powell has 4 touchdown passes as well today. So of 9 touchdowns scored, Drew Powell accounts in some way for 8 of them. The other touchdown was Cecil Cherry.
On the onside kick.
Yeah, that's it. So I think Drew Powell is playing at as high a level as we've seen him.
And yet this game's going to come down to the last 7.5 minutes. And again, 2 top teams. You expect it. You cross off the second quarter as an aberration, because other than that, it's been a pretty good football game.
First down near midfield, Bay Area, with Dalton Sneed lining up to take the snap here. And they've got the ball thrown 24-yard line. Sneed, little zone read action, cut back by Rankin, still on his feet, and he is going to get a help into the end zone from Devontae Merriweather. That was a pretty special run by Justin Rankin. He goes 26 yards for a Bay Area touchdown.
Well, and usually you see Kevin Guy walking down the sidelines. He's just down here on the 16-yard line looking on it with disgust at all the missed tackles. And remember, that was a problem early in the football season. Floyd talked about how many missed tackles the defense had, and you could just count 4 or 5 right here on one play.
We'll continue to take a look at the Nova Home Loans instant replay. We got Aiden Johnson on to try the point after right now for the Panthers. And then we're going to come back to that a little bit and talk more about that play. Here's the kick from Johnson. The kick is up and good to tie it again. We're tied at 63, everybody. Fourth quarter action from the Snake Pit. Floyd Simmons, Dale Hellestray, and the Nova Home Loans instant replay will show us a moment from now something we've talked about earlier in this game, something you've got to really appreciate about Dalton Sneed. He is playing real old school type quarterback, isn't he? He runs the zone read right here, and after he gives, watch him run downfield to make a block. Now, he doesn't actually block anybody, but he gives that great cutback opportunity to his running back right there, just by his presence downfield. If he's not there, the running back doesn't cut back. Somebody's making a tackle in that area. Give Dalton Sneed a lot of credit for this touchdown run.
Well, you got to give him a lot of credit. You got to give Rankin a lot of credit. Nice hop, skip, jump back across the field. You got to give this coaching staff some credit. Great play call. Outnumbered the Rattlers to the weak side. And then Rankin did the rest. You're right, though. Dalton Sneed, it's not the first time we've seen him do it tonight. Get out in front, get his nose dirty a little bit, and help his teammates blocking downfield.
Listen, you don't have a 50-plus man roster when you play in the IFL, okay? That's 25 names. And you've got 2 quarterbacks out there, and this guy is sticking his nose into the thick of it. I just have a deep appreciation for, quarterback that's that tough, playing that hard. Here's an onside kick attempt that will go into the stands. And fortunately so for the Rattlers, that looked like it was going to work out nicely for Bay Area. It does go back over into the Rattlers' possession, though.
These kickers work on so many different types of onside kicks, and this looked like it had a chance.
The ruling on the field is that the kicked ball went out of bounds at the 13-yard line. It'll be first down, Arizona.
The Rattlers will have a short field here, 13-yard line of Bay Area. And that dude right there, who last week on the road, scored his 82nd career rushing touchdown as an Arizona Rattler to give him the all-time rushing touchdown record for the Rattlers. Drew Powell. Quarterback draw. He tucks it, and he goes out near the line to gain. Might be just shy of the first down.
Again, quarterback draw from the get-go. Nice job blocking up front, and it's that dual threat that makes him so difficult to play defense against.
And into the stands he went. 9-yard gain on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 4-yard line of Bay Area. And Drew will go up under center this time. He's got a running back behind him. That's Jagger Gardner. And he's looking to throw a lot of pressure. And he got rid of it. He was able to get outside the, well, they refer to it as the tackle box.
There is no intentional grounding on the play. The quarterback was outside the pocket and legally threw the ball past the previous spot.
I've heard it called the tackle box by some of the IFL officials. The guard box, whatever you want to call it. Get
the
outside
alley.
there, you throw it away.
Yeah, and again, well, you're going to go back as you see the San Diego, Arizona game, Saturday, June 24th.
Get your tickets.
ArizonaRattlers.com. But right there, I guarantee you're going to be watching film, and Gardner, the running back, did not do a very good job sticking his head in there against Hungerford, number 52 for Bay Area, something that will be pointed out.
There goes Drew Powell, and it just always seems like he is going to find a seam, doesn't he? That was a good job to close down the cutback, and stepping up from his defensive back spot, Trey Meadows, the safety, came up to help make the stop there.
Timeout for injury.
And there is a player down. You hear the announcement there. Malik Dorton is, I think, the defensive lineman who is still on the turf right now for Bay Area.
Well, and there for a second, it looked like you're going to score. Then a bunch of white jerseys over there. Let's see.
It was enough for the first down.
Yes. See,
they give Dorton a hand up. And he looks like he is going to be all right. Under his own power. He'll jog to the sideline. It'll be first down and goal. The ball at the 2-yard line for that guy right there, Drew Powell, and the Arizona Rattlers offense.
Now see, if I'm playing in the indoor football league and I get a ding, and obviously when you look at Dorton, that was a little ding. He's going to be fine. I got to mentally go, do I want to run 60 yards back to my bullpen, or do I want to get up so I can just stay right here? Because as a big man, that's a long run, and now I'm going to have to run back here if they don't score right here.
Big man problems. First and goal. And Drew Powell, with the crowd quieting down, will fake it and take it. Drew Powell's in the end zone. His 5th rushing touchdown today.
So difficult, this zone read that the Arizona Rattlers run. Because actually your quarterback is more of a threat than your running back, and if not, they're awful close. Who do you defense? Who do you try and stop?
The over-under on that is nobody. Here's, you just can't. It's not going to work out too well for you. The point after is up and good for McInerney. It remains perfect. A perfect 10 attempts. They've all been good. And look at this. The Rattlers, for the first time this season, score 70 points. And this is after scoring 0 in the first quarter. 0. They scored 42 in the second period, their highest single quarter output of the season. And now a 70-63 lead. There has been a lot of fireworks today at the Snake Pit, everybody. It's going to come down to the very end of this one, Dale. That Panthers team has been answering since the second quarter, since that little flip of the momentum midway in the second quarter when the Rattlers, who almost went down by 2 touchdowns, got a stop, got football. They scored, got a turnover, scored again. They went up by a score. They went up by 2 scores, I think they did at that point. And then finally the Panthers, got things going right. And this has just been a slugfest ever since.
It has. I think the second half has been what both teams, what both coaching staffs expected coming into the game. 2 minutes, 59 seconds left. And we're in for one heck of a finish. I think there's a little miscommunication. Cheerleaders are out on the field. Officials ready to play ball. Officials trying to get them off, and they say fist pump cam takes the cake. Boy, the fans really love fist pump cam.
They really do. They like the kiss cam. They like the fist pump cam. And the Rattlers are going to send it away. This one is deep. That'll go into the. That's going to be by everything. McInerney might have been trying for the deuce.
Kick out of bounds.
I think he
Arizona.
was.
By rule, the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. First down, Bay Area.
A new rule this year, and I think he has a lot of confidence in himself. I think Coach Guy's gaining confidence in him. Well, that wasn't far from being a deuce.
The Rattlers with a win today can move to 7-4 overall with the record. That would also drop the Panthers to 7-4. We'd have that tie at the top of the Western Conference if the Rattlers can get the win. It would be let's see here, at 8-3 if the Panthers win. Tucson 6-4. What is that? Something like a game and a half lead over Tucson if the Panthers win today. Rankin wrapped up in the backfield and getting there. Lowry is a part of the action back there. That's Savon Lowry and Chris Terrell getting to the running back, and that's a big loss. How about 5 yards?
Really same play they ran for the touchdown. Last time they had the ball, and this time Lowry said, no, I just got my rear end chewed out on the sidelines. I ain't letting you run the same play again. Great penetration, gets him down on the ground.
2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. The Rattlers have 2 timeouts remaining. The Panthers have 2 timeouts as well. And they go in motion. Snead fakes right, throws left to try and set up the screen. And just, I think, he tried to do it so quickly, and he couldn't set his feet just right to throw the strike he needed to Cottrell Haywood. It's off his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, but he came back. I mean, that was a rocket from Dalton Snead. Difficult catch to make. Brings up 3rd down now, 3rd down and 15. We've talked about can the defense get off the field.
The snake pit is getting loud, everybody. 3rd down and 15. What a big play we got straight ahead. Dalton Snead under pressure. Throws, and a strike is delivered to the 15-yard line. They needed 15. That'll be a 1st down. In fact, he was able to stretch out for an extra yard. So the 16-yard gain on a pass completed to Haywood. Hold on.
This is the 1-minute warning. Media timeout.
That's what that is, a 1-minute timeout, everybody. So we grab it as well because we're media. 70-63, Arizona with the lead over Bay Area. And the final minute is coming right up. This is Arizona Rattlers football, everybody.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
BetRivers has selected Pat for from Pennsylvania.
Pat is a master of our new multi-game, same-game parlay, where you combine multiple same-game parlays in a single bet.
BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
We have talked about the numbers for Drew Powell so far in the game. Drew has passed for 230 yards on 17 of 22, throwing the football, 4 touchdowns. 79 yards rushing on 10 carries, 5 touchdowns. Okay, so big numbers there. Dale, I think you might be surprised if I ask you, who's the leading receiver today for the Arizona Rattlers? What do you got for me? Leading receivers defined, of course, by yardage.
Yeah.
Think about that. We'll run this first down play. Dalton Sneed from the 14-yard line. Handoff right side. And there is Justin Rankin. Bottled up. Chris Terrell. Solo tackle on the edge. And that might be a loss of a yard. We'll get a timeout here with 52 seconds left. And I believe that is the offense calling that timeout.
And it's interesting because, as you said,
Timeout,
both teams.
Arizona.
Well, that was the defense.
That is their second of the second half. It is 30 seconds in length. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 54 seconds.
Hey, before we complete the other thoughts, talk about why Kevin Guy calls timeout right there with 52 seconds.
Well, that's
left.
what I was going to get into. It's interesting because usually Kevin does a very good job of holding on to those 3 timeouts. Now you've got 2. You call it now, you're down to 1. Now, because when you have 3, you got to control that last minute if you want to. Now, the way I'm looking at it, Bay Area controls the rest of this game in regulation if they want to. He calls it because he's going to want the ball back with some time on the clock because you got to figure in this situation Bay Area is going to score. If they don't score, then I don't need my timeouts anyway. But you don't want to let it get down to 0-0 and Bay Area can go for 2 and win this game.
Okay, so there is, well, you see there the clock reset finally with 54 seconds remaining in regulation. Dalton Sneed, he's going to run it himself. He runs right into the middle of the defense. Who came up, filled, and made that? Cecil Cherry, that's who. Minus a yard on the play. And that was a big pop the quarterback took from that linebacker.
My
Timeout,
goodness.
Arizona. This is their 3rd and final of the second half. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 46 seconds.
Big 3rd down play coming up.
And what I used to talk to Kevin Guy a lot about is there's such a fine art. Dixie Wooten's obviously coached this game a long time. And you can see they're either trying to get the Rattlers to use their 2 timeouts, and now obviously they control it. But you want to score with as little time possible. But at the end of the day, you still got to score because this game's not tied. You know, you approach it 2 different ways. Hey, if this is a tie game, yeah, I'm trying to get rid of the timeouts and run clock and all that. But you still got to score a touchdown. Now you're 3rd and 12. Let's see what they dial up.
2 timeouts left for the Panthers. Remember that the first timeout spent in this half by Arizona was on a review of a play that didn't work out.
Correct.
So they lost that timeout. And with no timeouts remaining, they have no reviews remaining. So if they question any of the calls remaining in this final 46 seconds, they're just going to have to live with whatever the official calls. Dalton Sneed, 3rd down and 12. Sneed back to throw, plenty of time, gets rid of it short to Rankin. Slips that tackle. And how about Devontae Merriweather staying with the play? He swung and missed on the first tackle try, got up, still stayed with the play, and after a 5-yard gain, makes the tackle at the 11.
Bay Area, their 2nd of the second half. 30 seconds in length.
I'm a little confused. I'm not sure why after you catch this ball, there are a lot of black jerseys. Get out of bounds. You have a chance to go hit the dasher board right there and stop the clock, not make me waste a timeout here. It's going to be 4th down either way. It's a moot point if you score a touchdown, kick the extra point, or if you don't make it here, obviously.
Well, I mean, as quality a veteran as Rankin is, it was a little bit of a, if he had a chance to think about it again, right?
I think you try and get out of bounds.
He'd get out of bounds right there. Well, the ball goes to the 11. The officials are having a big conference near the football. Whatever it is they're talking about, they've broken that up. The Panthers continue their huddle near the sideline, and we'll have a 4th down play straight ahead, everybody. 4th down and 7.
And now remember, the ball's on the 10-yard line. You kind of consider that the red zone. What that does is it brings another defender into play. That's the and dasher board. Wide receivers can't just run go routes. So defensive backs can sit on routes and try to make plays.
You going to bring Cecil Cherry on this play?
I would bring him on this play.
He's ready, and he's coming. Snead throws, and that's incomplete. Off his receiver's hands. It would have been a 1st down had it been caught by J.T. Stokes. And it looked catchable, but unable to haul that one in. And the Arizona Rattlers are going to take over on downs.
And you see Cherry comes unblocked. It's matching things up.
Hard throw. A lot of zip on the fastball, a little bit high. Not the easiest catch. But I think even J.T. Stokes is telling himself, man, I've got to find a way to make that catch right there.
You're matching wits here. Dixie Wooten and Kevin Guy have gone against each other a bunch of times. You go empty. Kevin Guy brings the extra man.
And now the Rattlers can take a knee. We'll see if the Panthers call their final timeout after that happens. It won't matter a lot because one more knee will do it. And the Panthers are going to, they understand. And in a demonstration of great sportsmanship, they're not going to call that timeout. 15 seconds remain. Hey, what a game, what a finish. And the Arizona Rattlers will move to 7-4 with today's victory. The Panthers drop to 7-4, and we've got us a tie at the top of the Western Conference.
We do have a tie. Big win. You can see the emotion on the Rattlers players' faces. Brandon Smith excited to be a big part of this victory.
4 straight wins now for the Arizona Rattlers. Well, you knew the Rattlers were going to be hanging around, as the season matured. You knew that they were going to be there when the dust settled. And 4 straight wins. Hottest team in the IFL right now, don't you think?
I would go along with you on that one.
Got a chance to talk with the head coach of this victorious Rattlers club in just a moment, everybody. Again, the final score 70-63. Kevin Guy, the head coach, joining us now. Well, Coach Guy, congratulations on a win. You're 4th in a row, the hottest team in the IFL. How does it feel?
Well, we never won. Never went under by the win. Our defense, we didn't play particularly well tonight, but we played well in that situation right there at the end. I thought our offense kept the foot on the gas pedal all night long and, kept our poise and just kept playing.
Talk about the thinking, Coach, about taking those timeouts early in that 1-minute warning and what you were thinking as you're going forward.
Well, I was thinking let's play to get the ball back because in case they scored, it was going to be a tie game or maybe they went for 2, but we was going to have some time to get back down the field and either kick a field goal or score a touchdown.
And then the very last play, you match wits, Dixie Wooten. He went empty backfield. You brought the extra guy. You kind of mixed it up a lot that last drive. What made you bring the extra guy, Cherry, on that last play?
Well, we were out of timeout, so we were going to pressure no matter what, whether they was in 2x1 trips or empty. And we were going to bring the pressure and bring Day-Day down to cover the running back and just put it on one play. And then, if they scored, we still had some time to go back down the field and score. So, great job of them executing and never, just came up with a big stop when we needed it.
Hey, Coach Guy, a scoreless first period matched by your highest output quarter of the season. You scored 42 second quarter points. Amazing output. What brought the change about in that second quarter?
It had a lot to do with the onside kicks. It sped the game up. Both teams didn't play very good defense. So, we're going to go back. We're going to really take a hard look at this film, look at our personnel, make some decisions. But we're still building this roster to try to win a championship.
Coach, great game for you. Congratulations, and go enjoy this victory.
You bet. Thank you, guys.
All right, Kevin Guy, the head coach of the victorious Arizona Rattlers. Final score 70-63. Dale and I will return in a couple of moments and get into our post-game wrap-up, everybody. 4 in a row for the Rattlers, and they are now tied in the standings at the top of the Western Conference of the IFL. We'll break it down for you in a moment. Stand by, everybody. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
We at the IFL and our teams have always been involved in supporting the communities that support us. We have been honored to be spent time with them as friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
High drama and a high score tonight in Phoenix. Everybody, final score 70-63. The Arizona Rattlers have defeated the Bay Area Panthers, and they have forced a tie at the top of the Western Conference. Both Arizona and Bay Area with matching 7 and 4 marks at the end of this one. The 4th victory in a row for the Rattlers. Well, Dale Hellestray, I ask you this question at the end of this big one, and again with the 4th win in a row for the Rattlers. What would be your key takeaway on this one tonight? They went, round for round, punch for punch with a great Bay Area team and prevailed at the end of it.
Well, you know what? I like the way that they're finding a way to win at the end of games. We talked about finishing. The coaches talked about finishing earlier in the season, and they're finding a way to do that. These are so rewarding, and they build. Your confidence grows from victories like this because you're going to go watch the film. And again, I always maintain coaches like a little bit of sloppiness in a victory because then they can get on you about something. You just go out and continue to blow people out, then they can't yell and scream at you like they like to do. They like a little adversity. And so I think this team will continue to grow and mature as this season continues.
I asked you a while ago, who do you think the leading receiver is today for the Arizona Rattlers? Dale, did you come up with something?
I did, and then you cut me off. I would say Peterson.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we called Jazeric's name a lot. He did catch 2 touchdowns, which was the highest individual receiving touchdown total today. But it wasn't Jazeric. It's actually Isaiah Houston. Both guys, Peterson and Houston, caught 5 balls each. But Isaiah, 5 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. That led the team today. 19.4 yards a catch for Isaiah today. Jazeric, 5 catches, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jamal Miles, by the way, 4 catches for 36 yards and a single touchdown. We're going to be watching this week with bated breath the reports on Braxton Haley, who left the game early, 1 catch, 11 yards. He did force a fumble on special teams that helped turn the momentum and the tide of the game. Remember that. But he also left the field clearly dinged up, and we saw him later on crutches and on the sideline in the bench area. So we'll be paying close attention to Braxton's health and welfare. But that's a pretty good look at some distribution, even distribution, and a lot of guys getting involved in the game today.
It is. You moved your offensive line around, and that seemed to work out just fine. Drew Powell seemed comfortable back there. Special teams, a mixed mosh of things. Some good, some okay, and some not so good, all wrapped up into one game. And then the defense, as we see here, all the missed tackles on one play. I think they had some really bright spots, the way they closed out the game. And then there's things they can work on as this season continues.
By the way, Drew Powell ran the ball 11 times for 79 yards, averaging 7.1 yards a carry and 5 touchdowns for Drew today. As you take a look at the upcoming scheduled showdown with San Diego, that's the next time the Rattlers will be home. They'll be on the road next week to Albuquerque to take on Duke City. And then 13 days from today, Saturday, June 24th, 6:05 p.m., the San Diego Strike Force coming to town.
Did you say they closed the season with 3 straight?
3 straight, yeah.
So, the adversity they faced early in the season, not only injuries, there were a lot of road games and things of that nature. And now, as your main guys are getting healthy, I know we're going to wait on a couple injury situations. But to close out 3 games at home.
3 straight at home, and if you get the home field advantage, you could have another couple of home games after that on into the playoffs. A pretty good stretch ahead for Rattler fans, I would say. Well, Dale, been a lot of fun, man. You enjoy your week, and I can't wait till we get Sandy back next time.
Yeah, well, she might come back, she might not. Yeah.
We'll see how much she still likes us, right? All right, Dale, have an awesome rest of your time.
You too.
Yeah, folks, I want to thank our entire broadcast team in this one tonight. I want to thank our producer and technical director, Derek Simmons, our director, Bob Hammond, our graphics operator, that is Noah Anderson. Big thank you goes out to our camera team, including Chris the Drake, as well as Jim Hartman and Andre Stevens, and the assistant to the traveling secretary, Greg Jones. For the entire crew, I am the executive producer, as a matter of fact, for Simmons Media. My name is Floyd Simmons, and we thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. More Arizona Rattlers football.